Here we go.
Hello, assorted people of the internet, and welcome to another WWE Fantasy LOG. I am, as always, your host, James Phoenix. With me, as always, are Jeff and Tiff.
Hi.
Hey, yeah.
All right. So,
We're doing it early today, folks.
and we're going to do our best to make this the new regular time again.
Oh, is that the plan? Okay, fair enough.
Well, the only reason we were so delayed was John, and he's not here anymore.
Well, that and waiting for you to do the scoring, but
Well, yes, I'm going to try to get that done earlier so that we can do this at regular time, because obviously Tiff is working every Sunday morning now, so we could try not to keep her up.
fair.
And also situations like tonight where you and I have shit to do in the morning, too.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do the usual where we go through the wrestling news, we recap WWE programming for the week, and we generally just talk about the goings-on.
Mhm.
So, as usual, we will start with the news and proceed from there.
Absolutely.
Where to start?
With you or with me?
I
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, you're the one running the show, so.
I know, it doesn't matter to me.
No, don't make this a going back and forth thing.
No, it won't be. All right, let's make this a little bit fun.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a number between 1 and 16 besides 7.
Besides 7. Okay, Mr. Specific.
How about we go with Jeff?
13.
Okay, we'll start with 13. I know, I like to number the news.
Fair enough.
A lot of news today. Not a lot of it major, but a lot of news this week. All right. So, starting off, two interesting things tied in together here. First of all, it's the main thing is worth noting that Brie Bella is debuting a new web series on the official YouTube channel of the Bella Twins called Total Mommy, which will focus on her raising her and Daniel Bryan's lovely daughter, Birdie Danielson. You can see a
What's the
preview of
name
that.
again?
Birdie Joe Danielson.
Oh.
Indeed.
Whoops.
She's a cute kid, too.
Indeed. You can see a preview video of this series currently on said YouTube channel. That's the Bella Twins on YouTube. The first episode will be debuting this coming Wednesday, February 14th, aka Valentine's Day. And also, for those of you on the Catholic side of things, Ash Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Birdie had the fortunate or unfortunate experience of accompanying her mother through the Royal Rumble, which also meant that she basically met a lot of the legends backstage, half of whom just had kids, so they're in full-on mom mode at the moment. So guess who had all the attention? Like, Trish was back there, Beth was back there, both of them just had kids. It's like, okay, you're surrounded by a bunch of moms. Have fun with that, kid.
A second thing that's tied in here is interesting to note. A new book is being released come October 23rd. You can currently pre-order it, the hardcover copy on Amazon.com. Written by Allison Robisell, photography by Mirazaki. And this is WWE, the official cookbook.
Okay.
A collection of recipes and dishes inspired by your favorite WWE superstars. Can you smell what the WWE Universe is cooking? WWE The Official Cookbook gives fans a guide to creating a variety of fun dishes and drinks inspired by the WWE Universe of both the past and present. In addition to the showcase of unique WWE-inspired recipes, this book will include a collection of food pairings along with everything needed to build your own creative superstar dishes. Indulge yourself with Roman Reigns' spiked Superman fruit punch, The Rock's Brahma Bull ribs, Macho Man's savage cheese and nachos, and even take a trip to Brock Lesnar's Suplex City.
Wow. You know, that's just bad. That's bad. But they had a golden opportunity here, especially with Brock Lesnar, given who he actually is in real life, and they didn't take it. Because he kind of owns a farm.
Okay, what would you suggest
in
then?
Minneapolis? Well, something that's not soup. Come on, he owns a goddamn farm. You have options here.
Yeah.
The dude could probably literally cook anything given what he has at hand.
Featuring over 75 recipes and striking full-color photographs, WWE The Official Cookbook will feature separate categories for food and drink, from appetizers to desserts, creating the ultimate recipe collection for fans of the WWE.
I don't know, like they could do like Brock Lesnar's farmhand breakfast or something.
I don't know.
Also, they couldn't do this like 10, 15 years ago in the Attitude Era, so they could put, JR on the cover with, in front of a barbecue with The Rock standing next to him. Come on. That kind of writes itself.
They did it in the Attitude Era. It had JR on it.
Really?
Well, it might have been JR's own cookbook that he released, but there was a cookbook with JR on the front.
That was probably his cookbook when he came out with his barbecue sauce and stuff.
It might be. Let's see. Yes, JR's cookbook, true ringside tales, barbecue, and down-home cooking.
Yeah, that's probably his, but this is like the first official WWE one.
No, it isn't. Here's the other one. I knew there was another one. Over on Barcelona.com, can you take the heat? The WWF is cooking. It's got JR front and center with The Rock and Stone Cold on either side of him.
Fair enough.
So that was the thing. You can buy yourself a copy, used copy for $1.99 on BarnesandNoble.com right now.
Fair enough.
So there we go. Good stuff. Anywho, there's also let's see, JR's cookbook, which was WWE sponsored. It was WWE JR's cookbook. That's got him with what it looks like Trish and Stacy Keibler on the front with him.
Okay then.
Looks like somebody on eBay selling an autographed copy of that for $24. So there you go. Anywho, that's coming. Speaking of books, hey Jeff.
Yes. So we have in the news. Yoink. We have Viz Media. Yes, that Viz Media from Japan, the company that's most well known for, doing a lot of anime stuff. 2 words you people, anyone out there might be familiar with: Shonen Jump. Yes, they that Viz Media. They a while back, like 3 years ago, because it's up to 2014. They came out with a 2-volume set of Shinsuke Nakamura's autobiography. First one going from 1980 to 2004. The second one, 2005 to 2014. Well, coming summer 2018, Viz Media has decided to translate the entire 2-volume set, put it into 1 volume, and sell it over here. So, go pre-order your copies, if you can find it. So, yes, it's called King of Strong Style. That's what it's called.
It is.
So that should be fun. I plan to try to check that copy out, maybe see if I can find a copy.
You were absolutely sure. It should be fun. That's good. Since I have the other one, happens to be in the same article here. Why don't you throw that picture up and we'll get that one out of the way while we're here?
Want me to do that? Okay, I could do that.
In my case, the article I found happened to have both of those mentioned because they like to throw articles with a bunch of random things in them. So
yeah, I think it's the same one I'm looking at.
No, because you don't come to my website, so
WrestlingInc.com.
Yeah, no. Although I think that's actually owned by the same dude that owns mine, so it might be.
Fair enough.
Well, mine. Go ahead.
Wait a minute, that's not
We
right.
can find it again and figure out how to put it up.
All right, well, I will throw this up.
You fail.
I was looking at the
This is
articles.
when the Wheel of Fortune theme comes into play.
I was getting confused with the article,
Or
but
the
anyway.
Jeopardy.
I was saying that'll be the Jeopardy theme.
Yeah, I correct.
Start screen share. That is a thing, people. It is the Roman Reigns bed and breakfast. Rooms available with free Wi-Fi and flat screen TVs. That is in Manali, India. It's been open since May of 2017. There is a good possibility it was actually named after Roman Reigns. It is a thing.
Good to know.
If you want to stay in Roman Reigns, go to India.
Okay, fair.
Leave your jokes down below.
Moving on. We got that covered. Excellent. What else we got here? What else can we throw
The
down?
fact that my screen sharing's not stopping.
Well, your screen share sucks.
There we go.
Anyway, but let's see what else we got here. So we did that. We got that out of the way. And I'll stick on the theme for the original thing because what the hell? Speaking of people releasing books,
Okay.
let's go with this. Let's throw this right up here. Can we do this? Let's see if we can get this up here. This is kind of awesome. I like this. View image. View image. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Whoa, that got big. Let's not do that. That's good. Speaking of books, this is a thing you will find in bookstores soon. I like this.
Huh?
This is Elbow Grease by John Cena.
Okay.
Illustrated by Howard McWilliam.
So he wrote it?
He did. He wrote it.
You're no Mick Foley, dude.
I don't know. It's great artwork.
No, it's not illustrated by John Cena. Mick
No.
Foley illustrates his own stuff, doesn't he?
He might. I don't know. But anyway, as John Cena said, from superstar to entertainer John Cena comes an all-new picture book series all about. This is the first in a series, by the way. All about perseverance and believing in yourself, featuring a little monster truck named Elbow Grease. Meet Elbow Grease, a little monster truck with a big problem. He's smaller than his 4 brothers, but wants to prove that he has the guts and grit to do big things. He decides that entering the demolition derby is a perfect way to show everyone that what he lacks in horsepower, he makes up for in gumption. From multi-talented mega celebrity John Cena comes this exciting story about the importance of believing in yourself and never giving up. Full of high-octane illustrations and a new character kids will cheer for, this fun and fast-paced book proves that a little elbow grease can go a long way.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
Currently available for pre-order at Amazon.com, retailing at $17.99. You can go pre-order it. It drops on October 9th, appropriate for kids ages 3 to 7. So I'll go check that out. What else we got?
Everything and anything.
Pretty much. It's a wide array this week.
Indeed.
Let's see. Okay, well, so speaking of Hollywood parlay megastars doing things outside the WWE,
Mm-hmm.
let's throw this up here. So The Rock's got a TV show now.
Okay.
It's going to be on NBC, and it's called The Titan Games.
Okay, then.
So, following description was released by Deadline. Ahem. In each episode, competitors from across America will step inside an arena and put themselves to the ultimate test by facing one of 6 reigning Titans. If a contender can defeat one of the existing Titans, they will take their place as a member of the elite Titan group. Once one becomes a Titan, they will need to be victorious every week to remain at the top. The season finale will end with an epic battle where the Titans compete against one another in hopes of becoming the last male and female standing. The Rock is both starring in and producing this show. There is a trailer available onto internet. You can go watch that on the NBC YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwayne said he got the inspiration for the show from his favorite show, American Ninja Warrior, which led to him partnering with that series producer, A. Smith & Co., and network NBC, saying, "We want to create a new kind of athletic competition unlike anything ever attempted before."
Right. And the Greeks say what?
Yeah. So the show has received a 10-episode order. The Rock announced it on the post-Super Bowl edition of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, which he was on.
Okay, then.
So stay tuned for that come the fall, I suppose.
Okay, then.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. All right.
If you smell what The Rock is producing.
Pretty much. And thus far, a lot of quality content. What else we got here? Let's see. What else can we throw up? What else? Oh, let's do this real quick. This is going to be relevant. Let me throw this up here. Let me do this. Speaking of people related to The Rock.
Okay.
Let me see here. Where is the appropriate image that I want to put up? It's here somewhere. I know it didn't go very far. Come on.
I thought you said you had the links ready.
I do have the links ready. This particular one, I wasn't initially going to put the image up, but I changed my mind.
Okay, sit back and relax, people, for 20 minutes.
No, we're fine. If I can find the damn thing. Just give me 1 sec.
Later that same night.
No. Don't be annoying.
Which relative is this?
Ha. Funny. Ha, ha, ha. And also, ha.
Haha, what? I asked which relative is it?
You're going to find out in a second, aren't you?
Depends on how long it takes you to find the image.
I've got it right here.
Exactly.
I got it here. It took me a second to track it down. Sorry. So sue me.
Let me call David Otunga.
Oh! Alright, here we go. Well, I guess technically not a relative of The Rock per se, but not far off either.
Put it up.
That's why how all these groups are related in one way or another.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't tell us who it is.
I thought you would recognize a superstar when you saw one. Yes, in the picture there, that is Tamina Snuka,
Oh, yeah, okay.
who, as you might have gathered from the setup of the images, underwent a shoulder surgery.
Yeah,
Just
just out on her shoulder. I didn't notice that.
Just after the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So she's not going to be around for a while.
Okay.
That was posted on Twitter with the quote, 1 week post-surgery and I'm feeling great. Thanks to @CaplinSportsUM, @MikeLetter, and his great team for fixing me up again. Tongue stick outy face. Big thanks to @WWE, and I apologize to all my fans and thanks for the support. I'm anxious to get back. # sooner than you think. # unfinished business.
You said she's going to be out for a while?
Well, she had a shoulder surgery, so yeah. That's generally how that works.
Mm-hmm. What's another person off your roster, then?
Yeah.
Oh, you have Tamina?
I think so.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, yep. Hosed.
# shave the stash.
Something like that.
Yeah, he has Tamina.
I do have Tamina. Okay, well, that just sucks for me then, doesn't it?
Yeah, your roster got cannibalized within 1 month of starting this season, dude. Jeez.
Yeah, it's unknown exactly how long she'll be out, but a shoulder surgery like that, it's usually at least a few months. So.
Go from one surgery to another? Talk about the other surgery?
In a sec. Oh, by the way, just because anybody was wondering, the surgery in question was for a torn rotator cuff, by the way.
Rotator cuff.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, she's going to be out for a while.
Yep. And yeah, let's go to the other surgery. I have it here. That's a good call. Well, we'll do the lead. We'll do the lead up. We'll do the lead up to it first, though.
Lead up surgery that nobody cares about because fuck that guy.
Something like that. All right, so let's see here.
What's a better lead up than go from one surgery to the other?
Yeah. So it's Jason Jordan, if I hadn't figured it out yet. He was originally going to be in the Elimination Chamber, but his neck issues have been getting just steadily worse as time has gone on, particularly over the last few weeks. That's the wrong one. There we go. And so he was pulled off the road, and his wife April Everhart. I posted, I will address this once. Yes, Jason Jordan is injured. I assure you everything you have seen online is fake news. He has a minor neck injury and will be back in no time, though I am very excited to have him home for a bit. I promise I will help guide him to a speedy recovery. Thank you to everyone who reached out to check on him. He's very positive and already planning his comeback. In the meantime, just please keep sending Nathan and I good vibes. Of course, those who saw Raw this past week know that he was sent home, quote-unquote, until he was better by his father, Kurt Angle.
Which basically means you're written off TV until you get your surgery done and come back months later.
Yep, he underwent the surgery on the morning of Tuesday morning, right after Raw. And it was an injury to a disc in his neck, which resulted in significant pain that was refractory to all conservative measures, said Dr. Joseph Baroon of the WWE Medical. It was decided to do a minimally invasive procedure to decompress the nerve to allow it to heal. It is, as said, a minimally invasive posterior cervical microdiscectomy.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Posterior cervical microdiscectomy.
Yeah.
It's not known exactly how long he will be out. Given that it is a minor surgery, it won't be as long as if he had to undergo more major surgery. So,
but that's assuming he recovers that way they want him to recover.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have to. It doesn't have to become a more major surgery.
Yeah. Speaking of people with neck injuries,
well, that's somebody off of my roster then.
Yep, for now. So apparently, as it was looking like, not only is Paige not cleared for any wrestling, she's not cleared for physicality of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why she was staying several feet away from any action on Raw there, you might have noticed. There's been no official statement, but she's privately told multiple people that the team isn't going to clear her to wrestle, but she's been assured they have non-wrestling plans for her, at least till probably till at least the end of her contract, so they'll find something for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Oh, I would just like to add as an addendum to the Jason Jordan story.
Okay.
Anybody know who his replacement is, his partner for Seth Rollins?
Well, it's probably not Roman Reigns.
No. At least insofar as like all the live shows and stuff where Rollins needs a tag team partner, and it's supposed to be Jordan. Because they have a replacement for him, and I'm like, dude, put this on TV, what the hell? Because Seth Rollins got probably about the biggest upgrade he could get on the Raw roster short of Brock Lesnar.
All right, drum roll, please.
Seth Rollins' new tag team partner. And I'm calling it right now. Put your tinfoil caps on. Seth Rollins Balor Club confirmed. Because his tag team partner is the Demon King Finn Balor.
We'll see.
It's like, holy shit, I want to see that tag team. Oh my god. That's a great tag team.
There you go. What else we got here? Speaking of people who had surgery.
Yeah.
Keep it tearing on here. Recently appearing on Busted Open Radio for an interview, we got an update from the Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
So the Big Show had a hip surgery. And he has been around because he had some complications with said hip surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying that he had a hip resurfacing surgery specifically. And he had that back in September, and it went really well, but he got home, and after 3.5 weeks, he was walking a mile, and it was going good. Then he got a fever, then found out he had a surgical infection.
Okay, then.
And so the more he finds out about these metal implants, it's quite rare to get an infection. He just got an unlucky draw. But the hospital that he had it done in New York is one of the top in the world for the least amount of surgical infections. And so they had to open the wound up, they had to clean it out, flush it, everything else, saying that if it got any worse, they'd have to cut the metal pieces out, put in what they call a cement joint for 3 months, and then do a full-on hip replacement, which would have ended his career. So instead, they got a very aggressive cleaning down in Florida, a thing called a PICC line, which is basically an IV line from my left arm to my heart. For 7 weeks, I was walking around with an IV bag 3 times a day, total of 8 hours a day. It was almost like having a small baby in the house because you only got 3 to 4 hours of sleep before you had to change the medicine. It was very stressful because I couldn't go to the gym or do anything, couldn't get my blood pressure up, couldn't do anything physical. Pretty difficult. Finally pulled the Pike line out on January 2nd. Things right now are touch and go for another 6 to 8 months. The more I learned about infections, the more I learned that they are very aggressive and adapt to certain medicines. The main thing we try to do is keep the infection off the metal piece, because once the bacteria gets on that metal plate, you can't get it off.
Mm-hmm.
They did everything they could. He dropped 27 pounds since the beginning of January, and he's back in the gym feeling great. So he does say he thinks he has things left to offer the business, mostly about teaching the young guys how to carry themselves as a star and, what it means to get up there into that main event. Noting that a lot of the times talent gets wrapped up in the me instead of the we. There is no I in team. WWE is a team. Out of the billions of people on this planet, 75 to 80 men and women on the roster have the opportunity to call themselves WWE superstars. That's a very small percentage of people. They are in a position to be thankful that they have the opportunity to be a WWE star, thankful to be working with people who you've grown up to idolize. But Big Show says, he's going to keep doing this as long as he has fun, because right now, him having fun is the only obligation that he's under. And if it's ever not fun, he won't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's not under any pressure to go out there anymore. He's had a good career. He has enough money to live on. So it's fun now.
He's pretty much on a Legends contract at this point.
Pretty much. All right. So that happened. So finally got all the surgeries out of the way. That took a while.
Oh,
what else?
By the way, I hate going back to Seth Rollins, but I kind of need to mention this one to you because you have Seth Rollins and this affects you. You kind of got hosed again.
All right, go ahead.
Don't be expecting to get many points from him because they kind of pulled him from Fastlane and will probably pull him from WrestleMania because every time they try to do something with him, his partner gets fucking injured. So, because they were supposed to do a program at WrestleMania and do a big program going in. I mean, at Elimination Chamber, and then do a big program going into WrestleMania. But now WWE doesn't know what the fuck to do with Rollins because they don't want to push him solo because they're going to have supposedly Finn Balor versus The Miz as the feud going into WrestleMania for Intercontinental Championship, and then obviously supposedly Reigns versus Lesnar. So.
Are you sure? Because it was supposed to be Miz versus Strowman.
Because I heard reports of Miz versus Balor, hence people are expecting Balor to actually win that Fatal 4-Way and go into Elimination Chamber to start that program with The Miz.
Okay.
But either way, that still leaves Seth Rollins with nothing to do because Seth Rollins was supposed to be the major tag team division thing going on, but without a tag team partner that can't stay healthy, there's not much he can do. And so they're like, So, yeah, you might have, by virtue of Dean Ambrose and now Jason Jordan being injured, that might have also just cannibalized Seth Rollins off your roster. Thought I'd mention that.
Fair enough.
So, sorry, Jim.
Yeah, well, that happens.
That's all I have. That's the last thing I had about the Seth Rollins stuff. Will continue.
Okay. Random fun note, in Germany, Elimination Chamber is known as No Escape.
That's an appropriate name. It's called a No Escape match?
I guess, or at least I guess so. Or at least the pay-per-view was called No Escape.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Apparently, Germany thought the original name reminded people of Nazi gas chambers too much. Because Nazis were a thing.
They were.
Anyway, what else we got here? I don't know. I don't know what to go to next. Oh, well, here, let's do this. Perfect. Speaking of The Miz.
Okay.
Brought him up. We'll go with that. All right. As well as noting, don't expect Miz to go anywhere for a while because Miz recently signed a 4-year contract extension.
Yeah.
So Miz will be around until at least 2022.
That's currently one of the best things going.
They were hoping to book him for an even longer deal, but that was what the company was able to agree upon. So.
Ooh, Miz is young. He ain't that young.
Yeah, well, he is one of the most successful talents, both as a wrestler, a star of the Marine movies, and the new upcoming USA series, Miz and Mrs. So. Props to The Miz.
Indeed.
He's 37, so yeah, he's not young, but he's still got years on him. Because that'll put him at 41 when the thing expires, which is about where AJ is now. So that's not bad. Now we will look forward to seeing much of the Miz around. What else we got here? All right, speaking of contracts, let's throw over here. We got some corporate news to get out of the way real quick.
Okay.
Things worth mentioning. First off, on Thursday, WWE held their fourth quarter earnings call for 2017. It was announced WWE at the time, as of December 31st, had 1.471 million paid subscribers to the WWE Network.
For just $10.99.
$9.99.
Not according to my bill.
Well, your bill sucks.
Remember, because they just raised the prices. It's like
They did?
$11 now. Yeah, it's $11 a month. Go
You
check
sure
your bill,
about
dude. Go check your bill, dude.
Hmm.
Trust me, they raised the prices.
Sure about that? Because I feel like there would have been an announcement for that.
I'm positive because I just paid my credit card bill.
Uh-huh.
It's like $10.99. I was like, wait, what? So yeah, it went up a couple bucks, dude, or $1. It went up to $11 instead of 10.
Because right on WWE's help page it says $9.99 a month.
Well, they're lying. I can guarantee it because, like I said, I just paid my credit card bill. I saw it on my credit card bill.
You might want to make sure your credit card isn't ripping you off.
It's not.
Are you sure?
Positive.
All right. If you say so. Yeah, it's right in their fucking FAQ, $9.99 a month, but okay.
It's WWE. Do you expect them to be truthful?
Yes, because otherwise that's fraud. It can result in a lawsuit. That's the last thing WWE wants or needs right now.
If I still have it, I could show you my credit card statement if you don't believe me.
No, I believe you. I'm just saying.
Because I do vaguely remember them mentioning they were going to raise it by like $1 like a year ago.
Okay.
And it seems like they went through with it. I mean, it's only $1. If it was like $5 more, I'd be like, wait, no. But it's only $1. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to raise it.
Okay, because I very distinctly have a receipt right here dated February 4th that says $9.99.
That's funny. $9.99 plus taxes?
Like I said, I don't think there's a tax charge on it because it's my transfer is exactly $9.99 because I have it set up through PayPal. You're probably getting dinged on a $1 credit card fee. You might want to look into that. Potentially. Anyway, so 1.471 million paid subscribers, and the number was down from the previous quarter, which they had 1.507 as of quarter 3. That's 1.065 million subscribers from the U.S., down from 1.106 previously. Additionally, there were 406,000 international paid subscribers compared to the 401,000 prior to that. So the international one went up, even if the U.S. went down. So that's good. Corporate news is good. What else we got here? Let's see. WWE has also named new co-presidents.
Okay.
Those co-presidents include George Barrios and Michelle Wilson.
Okay.
They have been promoted to co-presidents and appointed to the board of directors, and will continue to answer directly to Vince McMahon. They were former executive vice presidents of varying departments, I believe was how that worked. So, in recognition of their contributions to 4 years of record revenues and the successful transformation to a multi-platform business model, WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon announced today George Barrios and Michelle Wilson have been promoted to co-presidents and appointed to the board of directors. The successful transformation of our business model has put... The successful transformation of our business model has put us in a position to capitalize on all that the changing global media landscape has to offer, said Vince. I'm confident that our executive management team, led by Michelle and George, will achieve continued success across key strategic initiatives and ensure our long-term growth.
Speaking of Vince McMahon, do you have the 205 Live news?
We're going to get to that.
Okay. Do you have Tori Wilson news?
Didn't hear anything about Tori.
Okay, well, I can cover that really quick. It's basically stuff she said on Instagram. She did an Instagram feed shortly after the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So I'll talk about that whenever you want me to. But go ahead and do the 205 Live stuff first, because this is a good segue to it.
Well, I'm not there yet. I'll do this first. I'll get to it. So, fourth quarter 2017 highlights for WWE included a revenue increase of 9% to $211.6 million. Operating income was at $27 million. Adjusted OIBDA1 reached $3.48 million, which is in line with guidance. Network's average paid subscribers increased to one. Right, we talked about that. 20th anniversary of Raw, obviously. SmackDown surpassed 950 episodes, making it the second longest running episodic program behind only Raw, continuing to be so. Formed partnerships including Mixed Match Challenge on Facebook Watch, Miz and Mrs. on USA, as well as virtual reality experiences through the Next VR app. The full 2017 revenue increased 10% total for the year. Operating income increased 36%. Supporting global reach of content and completed multi-year distribution agreements in France, Japan, South Korea, Australia, Philippines, and Sub-Saharan Africa, among others. Digital engagement continued to grow with video views up 32% and social media engagements up 4%. The YouTube channel remained the #1 most viewed sports channel and the second most viewed channel on YouTube with 20 billion lifetime views. Demonstrated strength in consumer products with the #1 selling action figure property in the U.S. ahead of Star Wars and Marvel's Avengers. Forbes named WrestleMania as one of the world's top 10 most valuable sports brand events for the 4th year in a row, alongside the Super Bowl, Olympics, FIFA World Cup, and NCAA Men's Final Four. So WWE doing well in the financial markets.
Fair enough. That's good for WWE, I suppose.
Yep.
I know it's good for Vince, especially if he wants to sell it, because he's going to be like, look, my company is successful. Buy it from me so I can fund football.
Pretty much. So I guess we'll segue to 205 Live since you brought it up.
And that is also another good segue to 205 Live, because talking about people who he's grooming to take over the company when he goes to run football.
Indeed. You might have noticed in recent weeks, folks, that 205 Live has moved away from promos of backstage segments and went back to more wrestling. The obvious difference, aside from the addition of Drake Maverick, is the absence of the released Enzo Amore, who was the focal point of all stories since he was over there. And things are starting to feel a little bit more like the Cruiserweight Classic. According to a new report, the change is that Vince McMahon has stepped aside and is no longer personally putting 205 Live together. Triple H is now overseeing things, along with lead writer Jonathan Bakestrom and lead producer Adam Pearce. But Pearce has been producing the brand for a while, though we don't know how long Bakestrom has been involved. But Pearce, in addition, produced the January house shows in Massachusetts and here in New York. Sources told the Insider that the new vision is to return to the competition-based stories and reliance on reactions fans saw in the Classic, which were originally planned for the show before McMahon got involved. Vince allegedly believes a character-driven show was the way to go, and that's why 205 Live didn't look and feel like the tournament that established the division. Another group backstage pushed for a return to the CWC presentation because having smaller talents echoing Raw and SmackDown personalities wasn't going to showcase what made the Cruisers different and unique, and it wasn't going to help 205 grow beyond being an hour of TV on the network.
Yep. And I would like to further add to that, if Vince had actually talked to Eric Bischoff, he would have said the same goddamn thing.
Yeah,
because that's what made the Cruiserweight special on WCW, is because Eric Bischoff realized, I can't book the Cruiserweights the way I book Hulk Hogan in the NWO. It's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't. He just said, go do Cruiserweight shit. And guess what? They got over.
Mm-hmm.
He still buried them like hell, but they still got over.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when they took someone like Rey Mysterio and pulled the mask off him and tried to make him a character, it completely fucking flopped. Because that's not what made Rey Mysterio strong.
True, except it's worth noting that there are points at which, the Cruiserweights can have strengths that excel outside of that predetermined area.
Oh, absolutely.
I point out to you the fact that, despite that in his own WCW, a Cruiserweight, Chris Jericho got himself and Goldberg over despite not having a match.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it can be done. But in a forum such as this, going the character route, probably not the best way, especially since that's not what brought them to the dance.
No. But it is worth having something there so we give a shit about who these people are outside of, ooh, he does a fancy flippy move.
Yeah. Now that Triple H is in charge, that will happen because NXT.
Hopefully.
Because people are saying that this feels a lot more like NXT now, which is like making it infinitely better.
Which is fair. Moving along. Speaking of cleaning things up in the backstage of WWE, do you remember how we had some reports a while back that former WWE diva Serena Deeb was seen at the Performance Center a few times?
Mm-hmm.
People thought, oh, maybe she's in the Women's Rumble, maybe she's in this, that. Turns out that is not the case at all.
Okay.
She was not brought back to be a talent in any way.
Okay.
That was not a thing that happened.
Okay.
However, she was at the Performance Center.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably for interviews, because she is now a coach there.
Oh.
During a recent interview with the official WWE website, Deeb, who of course used to be a part of the CM Punk Straight Edge Society, stated to really step up into this leadership role, which is a new thing for me. I'm looking forward to the set of challenges and rewards that are coming with this responsibility and getting to improve myself personally and professionally. I'm focused on how I can be a better person and a better coach. I want to give my best self to them so I can be a reflection of them and receive their best selves back. I think it's so important for the individual, regardless of the role you're in, to always be mindful of where you're at and always take your self-inventory so you can garner the best side of them as well.
Is it me, or does that just sound like a total straight edge society promo?
Little bit. Like that. Yeah, the full interview with her can be found on WWE.com if you want to read that.
Fair enough.
So,
speaking of backstage segments, can we talk about how Stone Cold just completely destroyed the entire current roster in one segment?
Okay.
That wasn't even aired on TV.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Which
I think someone told me about it. His interview backstage on the Raw Fallout from Raw 25.
Yeah, no, it was a good promo.
Yeah, how many years has it been since Stone Cold did that? And he just walked in and did it better than most of the damn roster that do it on a daily basis.
Well, I found out Stone Cold does do 2 podcasts on which he is Stone Cold.
Yeah, but the podcast is more him and less him cutting a promo, more just him shooting the breeze, whereas this is him trying to actually cut a promo. And you could tell he was actually trying because he did stumble over a word.
Yeah, he stumbled a couple times and repeated himself a few times, but it was still a good promo.
It was a damned good promo. Like I said, better than like at least half the damn roster. It's like, Jesus, dude. Why isn't Stone Cold teaching like promo class? Holy crap. He's like a walking promo textbook.
Yeah. Oh, I should have. Okay, I couldn't remember what the hell this was because of what I wrote for it. We should have mentioned this earlier with the Shinsuke stuff.
Okay.
Oops. Speaking of Japanese wrestling.
Okay.
This week, NJPW and AXS TV announced that they are going to air the NJPW Strong Style Evolved special on March 25th.
Okay.
Sold out show will feature Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and more from Long Beach, California.
A Japanese show being aired from California.
The exclusive U.S. television home for New Japan Pro Wrestling will partner with NJPW and TV Asahi to broadcast NJPW's second U.S. event, Strong Style Evolved, on Sunday, March 25th at 8 p.m. from California State University's Long Beach Walter Pyramid.
Fair enough.
The cable network's acclaimed commentary team, Wrestling Hall of Famer Jim Ross and former UFC heavyweight champion and NJPW veteran Josh Barnett will call the action.
Fair enough. And it's Asahi.
Okay.
So I guess that means Jericho's probably going to show up, huh?
The broadcast is expected to feature NJPW's biggest stars, including the people I mentioned before. New Japan Pro Wrestling's popularity and ratings in the U.S. are at an all-time high, said AXS TV Fight CEO Andrew Simon. The G1 special last summer sold out in a few hours, while Strong Style Evolved, in an arena twice the size, sold out in less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
This second U.S. event is a great opportunity to further our relationship with NJPW and TV. Say that again.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Asahi?
Asahi. That's how I would pronounce it.
Asahi. And we are looking forward to growing their Strong Style brand of wrestling in the States. They previously televised NJPW's first stateside event, the G1 special, live in last July, and took over production of the Friday night series from distribution partner TVSI to air in the Japanese events closer to the original air date. They also did the whole Wrestle Kingdom deal, as was known.
So Jericho's going to show up, right?
There's a good chance.
AI?
I wouldn't be surprised.
ASAHI. Asahi.
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it, I think.
All right. AXS's TV's upcoming NJPW schedule for anyone who would like to wrestle will include on February, that was yesterday, they aired the Wrestle Kingdom 12 finale. Coming up on the 16th, you can catch New Year's Dash. NJPW's top wrestlers face off in a series of tag team matches and establish new rivalries for 2018. And then on February 23rd, the new beginning in Sapporo will feature Tanahashi versus Minoru Suzuki. On March 2nd, the second match of that event will feature the Young Bucks versus Roppongi 3K. Roppongi 3K. And on March 9th, you will see Kenny Omega versus Jay White. So check those matches out. Good stuff there.
Indeed.
All right.
So if the thing in California is supposed to be a strong style special, I guess the question we all need to ask is Vince going to allow Shinsuke Nakamura to fly out there for the special since he's kind of the king of strong style?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of weird to have a strong style special without the king.
Yeah, well.
Just saying.
Indeed. Let's see here. Also, something of, I don't have a segue here, but something of note. Actually, I can segue to this and then segue to that afterward. Let's do this part first because this has been kind of going on all week.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, the good old JR and Josh Barnett will be on commentary for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of commentators.
Okay. Oh, you're going to go into this.
A feud has been brewing since the departure of Booker T for Raw between said Booker T and Corey Graves.
Since the Royal Rumble, really.
Yeah. On the latest edition of his Heated Conversations podcast, Booker T spoke out on the situation, saying that the reason he's gone is none other than Corey Graves. Specifically, WWE officials thought he was going to lose it on Graves and beat him up after the two would consistently take jabs at each other on air. He claims officials took him off and put him back on the pre-show to let him take some steps back and cool off.
Yep.
Saying, he's the reason I'm not on Monday night right now. A lot of people in the company thought I was going to jump on him. I was going to do something bad to him. I was going to drag him. I was going to take him out in the woods and beat that man so bad. I was going to beat this man until he said, please, please, just don't beat me no more. That's how hot I was getting.
That's the reason he disappeared on the Rumble.
Booker then went on to threaten Graves on the podcast, saying I'd take him out to the woods and beat him up, and that if he saw Graves on the street, he'd do something to him, but that he'd be careful not to do it at work or at the arena.
Or at an airport.
He ended up calling out Graves and challenging him to a fight at WrestleMania 34.
Mm-hmm. Which is why people think this is all a work.
Which seems to be where we're leading. Let's continue on with this as this proceeded.
Graves' response?
So Corey Graves indirectly responded to this on Twitter's, specifically with a quote, thus the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him, end quote. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Yes, this is what you think it is.
Fair enough.
All right. More backstage notes. I noted a couple days ago it's exploded on the podcast. Graves took a couple of jabs on Twitter. Reports are that it is indeed a work. According to a story by Justin Barrasso, Sports Illustrated, Booker T decided to put over Graves on his way out of Raw as a way to help Graves get more heel heat since he plays the heel on television. Also, perhaps a bit of an ulterior motive for Booker as the extra focus on the situation gets views for his podcast.
It's a win-win.
Yep.
That's fair.
All right. What else we got? Let's see. So, where this is going, we're going to see. Booker T has invited Corey Graves on his podcast to clear this up. Booker said on Twitter, I'm going to address all the news from the past week on my show tomorrow. There's been a lot of things said, and I'd like to publicly invite at WWE Graves to call in and clear the air. And Corey Graves replied, gladly, you have my number.
Oh, watch out, people. The savior of misbehavior is coming to Booker T's podcast.
What?
You didn't know that was his ring name?
I have never heard that.
That is his ring name, the savior of misbehavior.
Alrighty then.
That was his NXT ring name.
All right then.
Yeah, I only know that because someone called him that during commentary at one point after he joined the commentary team on the main roster on Raw.
Ah. Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? That's his ring name? The hell?
Yeah, all right. Anyway, I don't have a segue here, so let's just go over to this.
I have a segue.
Quick. Okay.
Speaking of social media.
Okay.
And this will just be very quick. The aforementioned Tori Wilson. She, as I said, she did an Instagram with some fans and stuff shortly following the Royal Rumble, thanking the fans and saying how special it was being at the Rumble. The fact that when she went up the ramp after she was eliminated, she stopped at the curtain and couldn't walk through the curtain because she just kind of broke down because it was emotional for her. But she did state, and give me 1 second here because this thing's beeping in my ear. Okay. She did state, though, that she felt that she's in a much better shape now than she was at the age of 25. She is currently 42, as she mentioned, which didn't know she was that young. And she said that she feels that she's more of an athlete now than she ever was in the WWE. And that the big difference being that when she was in the WWE, the focus was in being fit and in fitness. But in the intervening years, she's realized in order to truly be at the higher levels of competitiveness in WWE, you have to focus more on being an athlete and less on just being fit. Yes, being fit allows you to be an athlete, but if that's all you're worried about, you're never going to elevate that into being an athlete. And she feels now she's an athlete. She's like, I'm way more of an athlete now than I was in WWE. I feel a lot better now, to the point that she's hinted that she kind of wants to come back. Now, I don't know if she'll work a full schedule or not. She probably could, given the fact that if she's in as great a shape as she says she is, she could probably handle a full schedule. But she says, now that she feels that she's an athlete, not that she wasn't an athlete before, but now she really feels like she's an athlete, that she has a lot more to offer now to WWE, and she'd like to come back and work a program with them. So keep your sights on the horizons, people. Tori Wilson may be back in the squared circle sooner than you think. I just wanted to throw that out there. I just happened to catch that Instagram like the other day. I was like, oh, that's cool. You're muted.
That is cool. I agree.
All right. I only have one more thing left. So whenever you want me to drop that, let me know. I'm assuming you're saving it for like the last.
What's the last thing you have left?
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah. All right. We'll cover that last. So, ordinary WWE, if you're a WWE merchandise fan, WWE has signed an agreement with the Lids Sports Group.
Hats.
That's right. How did you know?
Because I know that name, the company name.
Indeed, to provide custom WWE hats.
Also, you have to remember, I used to work for the Seattle Mariners.
Okay, then.
Are they going to be selling them in the stores?
Well, they are. The idea here is that leading omni-channel sports licensed retailer Lid Sports Group announced today a new partnership with WWE, getting the licensing rights to create on-demand WWE headwear. The new licensing agreement allows for Lids to embroider the names, logos, and autographs, a broidograph, of WWE superstars and legends on WWE licensed headwear within its stores and upon orders online.
Cool. I have a Lid store in my mall.
Indeed, I want to wear it too.
Me too.
The passion that runs through the veins of WWE fans is undisputable, so we are thrilled to be able to further connect with its fan base by offering them a new way to demonstrate support for their favorite superstars and legends, said David Baxter, president and CEO of Lids. Customization is an important aspect to our brand, and we hope to continue the expansion of our WWE customization offerings in ways that take customers' fandom to the next level. The new agreement also allows for the on-demand creation of custom headwear. Customers can select from a wide selection of blank headwear options offered by Lids, which covers all styles from fitted to flex to snapbacks in a wide variety of colors, and then choose from a library of WWE custom embroidery options to create personalized, one-of-a-kind looks. Thanks to Lids' unique customization capabilities, creating a custom hat in-store will take only minutes.
So, Jim.
Yeah.
You or I, who's gonna, once this goes live, who's between you and I, who's gonna go into Lids and make a custom X-Pound John Cena WWE hat?
Never.
Because you know there's gonna be crazy John Cena hats.
Yeah. I think it costs more to bring in your own design and get it put on there. They've already got WWE's library in their computers.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's see here. Select assortment of logos and autographs ahead of the WWE's Royal Rumble event, and Lids will continuously add new superstars and legends on a monthly basis.
DLC.
Lids shares our vision of fan engagement by providing customized offerings that connects our passionate fans with their favorite superstars, said Casey Collins, WWE Executive VP Consumer Products. We're excited to launch this new on-demand initiative with a brand who can offer WWE products in real time alongside our biggest events.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly 1,000 Lids stores nationwide are outfitted with comprehensive embroidery capabilities, providing shoppers the ability to customize their headwear and apparel with names, phrases, and images. Shoppers are also able to customize headwear online at lids.com. Their unique embroiderograph service also allows consumers to embroider any current professional athlete's signature from the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL on any team licensed hat. So there you go.
Okay, then.
So there you go. So more information on that, go to lids.com. It's there.
Absolutely.
All right.
And
And
they have their assorted hats with assorted the signatures on the side.
yep.
They look cool.
Cool.
Moving on.
And despite the fact that I come out here every week and said that this is over, it doesn't end.
Yes.
That's why I said not number 7. Yes, the 17 continues on. Of course, as was reported that Matt now owns all the broken trademarks.
Yes.
Concluding a year-long legal dispute. If Anthem continued to challenge Hardy over the trademarks, there was a very real possibility of it heading to court, which would have opened up the chance they would have lost and owed a significant amount of money to other parties for their use of Senor Benjamin, King Maxwell, and other characters who never signed releases or were compensated for their work. It was ultimately decided that rather than risk losing more money and very likely tarnish their reputation, it was best to just transfer the trademarks to Hardy and be done with it. According to sources, Ed Nordholm was pulled into this battle by listening to the wrong people, namely Jeff Jarrett, who not only was a significant reason why Hardy left in the first place, but was ready to fight for the trademarks. With Jarrett gone, Nordholm and Anthem made a complete turnaround. They gave all talent ownership of their gimmicks and trademarks. It is doubtful Matt will fully transition to the broken character in WWE, but remain Wogan because WWE doesn't like to use shit they don't own, or that they didn't invent, rather. However, Hardy's evolution is expected to grow over the next few weeks and months, and not only extend his career in WWE, but benefit the company since there's a lot of money to be made in merch sales off of that shit. It's a good chance Jeff will get pushed in one-on-one, and with Matt's Woken character around, it'll allow him to stay relevant should there be no future for the brothers as a tag team.
There will always be a future for the brothers as a tag team.
Yeah, well.
Just realize the Hardy Boys carry about as much weight in WWE as Broken Brilliance ever did in TNA.
Mm.
They're about equally as big. You could do either one with the Hardys and they'll instantly get over.
Now, and an update to the situation, though, and this is interesting, the WWE did go out of their way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
In a follow-up to the report, Matt is the now full and legal owner of the Broken Universe trademarks. However, Anthem still owns rights to all the footage of the Hardys that was shot while they were at TNA.
Which makes sense. It is their footage.
According to PW Insider, Anthem Sports actually licensed some of that Matt and Jeff footage to WWE for a future project involving the brothers. Very likely for a future project, one being a WWE 24 episode featuring them, as well as a Hardy Boys DVD.
Fair enough. Also, speaking of the Broken Brilliance,
Yeah.
did you see the promo between Matt Hardy and the Balor Club at a recent house show?
I did not.
They need to do that on TV, as many people have said,
Okay.
because it was more broken Matt Hardy than woken Matt Hardy, and I didn't know what the difference was because I'd never seen really TNA. And watching this promo, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, fucking do that, not this WWE bullshit. Oh my god, because it's basically the same gimmick except the way that Matt Hardy does it, and you can tell now if you have watched that promo and compare it to what he does on WWE TV, you can tell he's being told to do it that way on TV. Because the way Matt Hardy does it, it's more subtle. It's not as over the top. He still does yes, and all the crazy stuff, but it's more psychological as opposed to yes, just like, no, don't do that, Matt. Whereas this promo, it's creepy. I was like, wow, this is really good. And of course, playing off of Finn Balor, I mean, come on. Right? It's a great moment between the two, but pretty much all the comments, or the majority of the comments of that video, were like, dude, WWE, put this on TV. What the hell are you doing? So yeah, please tone down Woken, make him broken. It'll be better for everyone because it'll make it actually palatable.
Yeah. So while it's unlikely that the Broken Universe trademarks will be on TV since WWE does not own them, they're not a stranger to licensed content from other promotions, such as when they got footage of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan from ROH in the past. So, there you go.
Oh, by the way, Matt Hardy also basically in his promo confirmed face turn for the club because he called them the Brothers of Good who have returned to the light.
Okay.
If that doesn't confirm face turn for the club, I don't know what does.
Well, we do remember, though, that, when not part of the Balor Club, that Gallows and Anderson are known as the Good Brothers.
They are, but I was talking about more of the fact that he's saying that the Good Brothers have returned to the light. Because you remember when they first came in, they came in as a face, and then as a face group because they were completely over, and then quickly heel turned against Cena.
Right. Okay.
So.
Because AJ.
Fair
enough. All right. Why don't you hit us with the last piece of news?
The rowdy one, Ronda Rousey.
Yes, of course.
So we have more details regarding her plans, or WWE's plans for her in WWE. There are two reports going around. The first, of course, is Ronda versus Charlotte at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's title. People feel that Asuka has all but confirmed that she's going after Alexa Bliss, even though she hasn't really said it yet, but basically that's what people are saying, and that Charlotte is in kind of a hold pattern with kind of a filler feud with Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad, and that after Fastlane, they're going to transition into Rousey versus Charlotte. And people are theorizing that Rousey will take the title and kind of be put into a Brock Lesnar type role, where she's going to be treated as a prize fighter that isn't there every week. Which there's conflicting feelings about that within the WWE universe. Some believe that's a bad idea, that there should be a fighting champion, there should be a champion that's actually there. A lot of people don't like the fact that Lesnar only shows up once in a while. And even though arguments have been made that, and as you have made, Jim, that by doing this, it makes when Brock Lesnar show up more special. There are people out there, because I've read comments and stuff, people feel that is not the case, that him showing up only every once in a while does not make it more special. It just makes people more pissed off because he's not there to actually defend the title that he should be defending once a month or once every couple of weeks or whatever, or he should at least be on the show. So yeah, so there's mixed feelings about Rousey doing that. People do feel if Rousey does that, they should put Heyman with her and treat her kind of like Brock, but people would rather her, if she's going to have the title, actually be there and compete and, be a champion that actually pushes the belt on the show. The other thing that might be going on made me kind of face palm. And you go, oh God, yeah, I could see that, and that's not a good thing. Now, the early rumor was that Ronda Rousey was going to be put into a tag match at WrestleMania with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson versus Triple H and his lovely wife, Stephanie. The reports now aren't too far from that. This comes from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. So, yeah, Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt. But supposedly what WWE's plans are, or what they're considering, is, remember way back in the Attitude Era what put Vince McMahon on the map as Mr. McMahon? Jim? Tiff?
Okay, what?
Well, yeah, his feud with Austin, but more specifically when Mike Tyson got involved.
Exactly. So they want to do that for Stephanie. They want Rousey to be stone cold to Stephanie's Mr. McMahon, to kind of have a feud that would elevate her as like the big heel and her character. But more than that, they want her to be Mike Tyson. So they want her to be a hybrid Mike Tyson, Stone Cold, because Ronda Rousey still commands that mainstream presence. And they want to transition that to make Stephanie more of a mainstream personality as opposed to a niche WWE personality.
Mm-hmm.
So the short of it is they're bringing in Ronda Rousey to put Stephanie over. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
That's kind of the other plan that apparently Dave Meltzer's reporting on the Wrestling Observer newsletter. That's what they want to do at WrestleMania. So whether it's a tag team match or not, they want Rousey to work a program with Steph, and I guess have a match with Steph, and to make Steph more of a mainstream personality. Now, I don't know if that means Steph is going to win, because as we know, Vince McMahon didn't win a lot of matches. What got him over was the fact that Austin kept kicking his ass, and everyone wanted Austin to kick his ass. But this isn't the Attitude Era. This is the era of Stephanie has to win everything because she can't ever lose.
Yep.
So that worries me. I'm like, because I will tell you right now that if they do that and Ronda doesn't win, that would piss me off a hell of a lot more than if they turned her into Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you take the superstar that you just hired, who to a lot of people, and female superstars included, kind of ruined the moment of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble and took that moment away from the women that deserved it, and then you have her fucking lose her match, that is a huge insult. Especially to Stephanie, of all people. If she wouldn't like being a Charlotte and lost, not as bad. But to Stephanie, no, that's like a fucking bitch slap to the face of all the women superstars in WWE. That would piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do any of that Stephanie shit. Because I'm like, no. If you're going to bring in Ronda Rousey, it has to be more than putting the boss over. It's like, no, fuck you.
Yep.
So, but we'll see where it goes. Those are the two prevailing theories here. And nothing, I don't think anything is official yet. I don't think they've said anything officially, but we'll keep our eyes on that.
Yep. Personally, just based on storylines, I think it's more likely that Asuka's in a holding pattern right now until she challenges Charlotte, because I think Ronda's going to end up in the Stephanie program.
You think so?
Because they've gone out of the way for Asuka to not have named a champion right now, and they've pretty much played it on the basis of the Raw Women's title is going to be decided at the Elimination Chamber, so it makes sense for Asuka to make a decision once she knows who the Raw Women's champion will be at WrestleMania.
It's possible, except they went out of their way to not include Asuka in the Elimination Chamber match.
Right, which makes sense. Why would they do that?
Well, if they had no intention of her going to WrestleMania to face Alexa Bliss, why not?
Because then it would give it away.
That's true.
They wouldn't put her in the women's title match when she has one at WrestleMania. That doesn't make any sense. But I think it's possible, because even Kurt Angle said that And you looked at other matches and if so and so wins, then they'll be added to whatever face would be the. He even says they'll whoever wins the Elimination Chamber will be the Raw Women's Champion and will face Asuka at WrestleMania. Kurt made that assumption, but at no point did Asuka say that.
That's true.
So I have a distinct feeling Kurt is making a big assumption, and he's going to end up getting blindsided. I think here's what's going to happen. Kurt's going to get blindsided when Asuka turns around and says, "No, I'm going to SmackDown. I'm going to challenge Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title." Kurt gets blindsided. Stephanie comes out and says, "Kurt, you dumb motherfucker. You just cost us the episode tomorrow. What are you doing, you idiot? You're screwing our women's division. Stop being an asshole so much." Rousey, Stephanie feud.
I could see that, unfortunately.
Meanwhile, as set up in what I'm assuming will be set up in the chamber, is Nia Jax finally getting that shot against Alexa Bliss. She keeps getting repeatedly denied and setting up that best friends feud for WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title.
Yeah, but that's not going to be established at the chamber because there's no way Nia's winning that match. They're not going to have Asuka lose to Nia. Not happening. It's not happening. She's not going to be the one to finally take down the Empress tomorrow. As much as I do like Nia, and as much as she deserves a title shot and all that stuff, she doesn't deserve to be the one to take down the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow. No, not a chance in hell.
No, but I feel like it might be a situation of, Alexa comes out to try to help Nia win and inadvertently cost her the match.
Which is fine. Which she would still have to earn the title match. But yeah, that would set up the feud. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would certainly set up the feud, and then there you go.
Yeah. I could see that.
What do you think, Jeff?
That's assuming Alexa wins the Elimination Chamber. Because she can very easily not win the Elimination Chamber.
I see no reason for her not to.
You never know. It's WWE. Anything can happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Alexa's. You'll know when we get to Raw here how she saved Mickie James out of nowhere, and I think it's because she's trying to form an ally inside the chamber.
Yeah, she's trying to form alliances. But I put to you, they had Shinsuke win the Royal Rumble, and no one saw that coming. Everyone thought Reigns was the surefire winner for the Rumble.
No, people saw Shinsuke coming. But because figure there's two members of the Riot Squad in the chamber. They're not winning, and unfortunately,
you mean Absolution?
Absolution, yeah, the wrong one. Sorry, Absolution in the chamber. They're not winning. Bayley's buried to shit. She ain't winning.
Mm-hmm.
And Sasha Banks,
she's not winning because she's going to feud with Bayley.
Right. So.
Also, am I the only one who thinks they need to change Absolution's theme music since Paige can no longer compete? Because by keeping Paige's theme song as Absolution's theme song, all that's doing is pissing off the fans. Mm-hmm. They need to change the theme song. They have to. If they don't, Absolution's going to be completely buried, and everyone's going to be pissed off at WWE because they're already pissed that they keep using Paige's theme song. They're like, no, if you're going to use that theme song, have it Paige that comes out. Fuck you guys.
Mm. I don't know. We'll see.
No.
We will see where it goes.
Yeah, the Ronda Rousey stuff will be interesting.
Yeah, and also that's the other rumor forthcoming after WrestleMania is all settled and done. I believe the rumor mill was that they were building up Asuka's undefeated streak for Rousey to beat her.
Oh, really?
I believe I heard that somewhere along the way.
That could be interesting. I don't know what the reaction to that would be. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, "Yeah, Rousey won." But there'd probably be a lot of people, and I would imagine this would further stoke the fires of the women superstars who already don't like Rousey because of her debut at the Rumble. Mm. This is further going to piss them off, like in real life, legitimately piss them off against Rousey, being like, wait, so she gets to be the one to beat Asuka, not, us who have been here far longer than her and deserve that distinction of having beaten the undefeated Asuka? No, you're going to have this relative newcomer just because she's got the mainstream star status. You're going to give it to her? What the fuck? Like, a lot of female superstars, I guarantee you, will turn on WWE if this happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
They will be pissed. And I wouldn't blame them.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to see. I don't know.
Like, I'm going to predict this right now. If that's the direction they're going to go, that's going to be the implosion of the women's division. That everything that Stephanie's built up over the last few years, the women's revolution, the women's evolution, that's all going to go out the window and be burned to the ground by the people who who basically instigated said revolution and evolution because they're going to turn on their creator.
Mm-hmm.
I can see this coming a mile away based on how they reacted just to her debut at the Royal Rumble. But you neither care nor have an opinion, so that's fine. Because you're obviously more interested in other things.
No.
So I don't know. Do you think I'm accurate with that? Do you think I'm completely wrong? What do you think?
That makes sense to me.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully WWE doesn't fuck this up.
Indeed, we'll see where it goes. All right. So that's all the news that's fit to report.
That was long.
Yeah, well, that happens. A lot of news. Tip, you still with us?
Yeah, so far.
Awesomeness. All
Let's
right.
score this bitch.
I'm trying. But yeah, an hour and a half on the news.
Well, we didn't. Yeah, I guess that we didn't technically start till like 11:15, but yeah.
So type
Pick,
in Raw,
then.
SmackDown, and 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
Type, damn you.
Yeah.
Type.
You type.
I can't. I'm not at your computer.
Ah.
It's your computer, so you must.
Fine, I type then.
I don't need to type anything right now.
I will type.
I'm just going to read the screen. So, as you can see from the scores here, currently in the lead at 36-84 is the Balor Club Worldwide. In second place at 35-36, not far behind, is the Blissful Riot of Justice. And trailing back in third is the formerly certified Woken Beast Slayer at 26-54.
By the way, speaking of worldwide, am I the only one who thinks it's weird to see Dana Brooke do the worldwide thing every time? I don't know. It just looks weird because you just have Dana Brooke in between two big black dudes going worldwide. You're just like, oh, that looks weird.
Racist.
I'm sorry. It just looks weird to me. Just looks like something she shouldn't be doing. I'm like, what? I mean, I like that she's part of the group. She works. The dynamic is great. Just that in the entrance always makes me go, oh, that's weird.
In what way? That you're always used to them doing it, seeing them doing it, and now you're seeing her doing it, so it's like, well...
But you wouldn't say it was weird if it was Alicia Fox doing it.
No, it would still be weird if she was doing it. It'd be less weird just because your attention wouldn't be drawn to it, but it'd still be weird. Be
Why
like,
was their attention?
really?
What's the attention to be brought to?
Well, fine. At the risk of sounding racist, it's because she's white. It's because the attention is drawn there. When you look at the entire picture, when you look at the Tron, the lighting, because, when they come out, their lights kind of go down a little bit, which is a cool effect. A lot of wrestlers use it. But because of how they have it set up where they have Titus and Apollo flanking her, which they should for a setup like that where because you have your manager and you have the two people, but just because she's white, it's so striking compared, like that contrast draws your attention to the center of that screen, to her, and it just seems really weird and out of place for that, because it's like my attention shouldn't be drawn there, but because of how everything is set up, that's just invariably where your vision, your sight's going to be drawn, just because of the contrast of her to everything else on the screen. And it's like, oh, that's not how it should be. That's weird.
It could be possibly just you.
I don't know, like I said, I love the dynamic. I love that she's part of the group because it works. Just, could you do a different entrance, please?
I don't see how it's weird at all.
Not sure, maybe I just don't like the contrast, but whatever. To me, it's weird. I'm just like, okay.
Maybe it's the contrast, the lighting, and it probably has nothing to do with the fact that it's two black dudes and one white woman.
Well, I'm just saying that's kind of what draws your eye to the center, because of the contrast of her to them. Unfortunately, the contrast is their skin color. You're not getting away from that. That's the contrast. But because of that, that's where your eye goes, because she's literally the only thing, or primarily the only thing in that shot that stands out compared to everything else. When your eyes should be going to Titus and Apollo, and she should just be part of that unit because of who she is, or well, I guess what she is. It kind of pulls her out, if you will, a little bit. And it, like I said, it draws your eye to her when it shouldn't. And I think that's what makes it weird for me. It's like my eye is being drawn there, and it shouldn't be drawn there. It should be the team. It should be the group. That's what I should be looking at. But my eye is just immediately drawn there because that's the striking thing of the entire thing, because of the contrast of her to everything else on the screen. And it's just like, oh, that's weird that's where my eye goes. That's weird that there's that contrast, and I don't like that contrast because that's not what I should be looking at. I should be like, it's Titus Worldwide, not it's Dana Brooke doing the Titus Worldwide thing. It's like, oh, that's so weird.
I still don't see it.
What do you think, Jim?
I think you're a racist.
Okay, fine. I'm a racist. I don't care. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying that's what I see when I see the screen. If you think it's being racist, that's fine. I don't care.
Fair enough.
I'm just telling you I'm not a racist. That's what I see. It's like, contrast.
Okay. Anyway, the top of our leaderboards is Cedric Alexander at 388, followed by the WWE Champion AJ Styles at 295, Seth Rollins coming in at 245, Bobby Roode, the U.S. Champ, at 243, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, at 237, Roman Reigns coming in at 231, Finn Balor at 225, Monster Strongman Braun Strowman at 224, Shinsuke Nakamura at 220, and Sami Zayn rounding out the top 10, Sami Zayn at 214. Sami Zayn, 214. All right.
I think there was something wrong with Cedric's points that I pointed out to you the other day.
Oh, yeah, what was it that I needed to fix?
I think you added it up wrong. It's supposed to be 389 and not 388.
Oh, okay. Supposed to be 389?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the other thing you mentioned to me that I messed up that I forgot to change? There were two things.
I thought you changed them all. There was Sunil who possibly had interference points because he grabbed Rufus's leg as he was going to go for like a dive on the other side of the ring.
That's right.
I don't know if it matters anyway. Wait, no, you explained that to me. Never mind.
Yep. We're good on that. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. We open it with Monday Night Raw from February the 5th. Raw is airing live from the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa. We open up with the commentary team, and we go immediately backstage to Bray Wyatt, who talks about how he won the WWE title in the Elimination Chamber last year, and says there's only one person in his way, and that's Roman Reigns, saying that Reigns is his nemesis, and he says that Reigns is a failure, and he's waiting to be put out of his misery. We cut to Roman for a reaction promo who says he has a different definition of failure, and that he has had his fair share of ups and downs, but when he gets knocked down, he gets back up. His road to WrestleMania 34 stops with a trip to Suplex City, not with Bray Wyatt, and that neither Wyatt nor Lesnar will stop him from becoming the Universal Champion.
Yeah, it's because you have the power of the almighty McMahon behind you.
Yeah. Promo to Roman and Bray. All right. We then cut to our opening match, which is Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns for a slot in the Elimination Chamber.
Which was actually a pretty good match.
Was it? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good. Well, it's Bray versus Roman. Their matches are usually pretty good.
Fair enough.
But yeah, this was a pretty good match.
Okay.
We knew Roman was going to win. I still call bullshit though.
Okay.
Because Bray hit him with like the Sister Abigail and stuff, and just with everything Bray hit him, I'm like, yeah, no, they're booking him like John Cena at this point. What the fuck? Because with everything Bray did to him, there's no way Roman should have won that match. But we knew he was going to win because he has to be in the chamber because he has to go on to WrestleMania.
Right. Makes sense.
It was still a damn good match.
Uh-huh. All right.
Like Jim's gonna fall asleep on the mic.
No, I'm fine. So Bray and Roman have their match, and Roman does come out victorious off of a spear. So let's see here. We'll do Bray first. Bray's going to get 5 points for competing, and he's got 12 moves, 17 points to Bray.
Fair.
And then we got ourselves a little Roman Reigns, who gets 20 points for winning a match, 5 for being in, it's 25, and 11 moves is 36 points to Roman.
Okay.
This is 60-72. After the match, Matt Hardy hits the ring and waits for Wyatt to get up, then hits him with a twist of fate and a delete chant. That's Matt Hardy that's Matt Hardy with a twist of fate point.
Yes.
I'll throw 3 for an appearance, so I'll give him 4 for that, as if it were an assault, I guess. There we go. We then see Seth Rollins backstage with Jason Jordan. Rollins says that this is their final shot to get the tag titles back from the bar, and that he wants to make sure Jordan doesn't blow it this time. Jordan says he's 100% and that Rollins has nothing to worry about. And Rollins says tonight is about what they can do together.
Mm-hmm. He was like, look, Jason, I just need to make sure you're at 100%. I need to make sure you're all right. And if you're not, you need to tell me now. And Jordan was like, oh, I'm good, man. I'm 100%. Let's do this. Foreshadowing.
Yep. All right. So promo to those two. Oh, excuse me. After some mixtape promos come around, the Revival they come out to the ring and cut a promo challenging Finn Balor to a match. So the Balor Club come out and Finn Balor and Carl Anderson team up to take on the Revival.
This was also a pretty damn good match.
Good. So the Balor Club was successful in this match.
Mm-hmm.
So the Revival are each going to get 5 points and 5 for the pre-match promo. Is 10 points to each member of the Revival.
Mm.
Right. And then, let's see, Carl Anderson will get 15 for being on the winning team and 5 for competing is 20 points to Carl Anderson. And then Finn Balor gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing, and 3 moves is 28 points to Balor.
Ooh.
253.
253.
253. Is that all right?
I don't know. I think I counted wrong.
Hmm.
How many points was it again?
28.
Yep, you're right. 253. I counted wrong.
Okay.
Wake up.
No,
Wake
You're
up.
the host.
I don't care.
And then Luke Gallows gets appearance points.
Luke Gallows gets accompaniment points.
Same thing.
No, it's not. Appearance is only 3 and accompaniment is 5. $120. After that, the club celebrate their win. We then, during a commercial, come back to Sasha Banks in the backstage area, studying the tape of her loss to Asuka. Bayley walks in and asks for any tips for her match against Asuka tonight. And Sasha declines because she wants to keep those secrets to herself. Bayley points out that the Chamber is every woman for herself, just like the Rumble was. Things then get tense between the two friends, and Bayley walks off.
Mm-hmm.
Promoter Bayley and Sasha.
I also love the little bit of kind of, I guess, internet style logic that Bayley uses. It was kind of funny. Because Sasha's like, I don't think I can beat Asuka. I know I can beat Asuka. I found the chink in her armor kind of thing, right? And I'm going to be the first person to beat Asuka. And Bayley goes, well, I'm going to go out there and I'm looking to be the first person to beat Asuka. And, logically speaking, if you know you can beat Asuka, and I have beaten you multiple times, therefore I can beat Asuka. I'm like, she kind of got a point. In that little internet logic kind of way. I thought it was a good promo. And it's kind of building up that feud between them. I think it's one of the better promos the two have cut together. I'll say that. And we lost Jim.
You fell asleep at the mic.
That's wonderful.
Oh, that was muted. Wow, sorry about that.
Muted.
That was muted. My bad. Anyway, following this, they actually are still on Raw. It's a cruiserweight tag team match, playa. Yep. It's Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali versus Tony Nese and Drew Gulak.
And the debut on Monday Night Raw of Drake Maverick.
Oh, was it? I don't see any indication of that here.
Yeah, he was on commentary.
Yeah, he was on commentary.
Okay. Interesting.
In his bright green suit and all.
Okay, then.
Cedric Alexander wins via lumbar check.
He does.
And Drew Gulak bounced.
He did.
Yeah, he did like a rock cell. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, so Nese and Gulak are each going to get 5 points for showing up.
No move points?
Nope. Nese. And Drew Gulak is at 118. All right. So Mustafa Ali is going to get himself 15 points for being on the winning team, 5 for competing is 20, and 2 moves is 22 points to Mustafa Ali.
Woo.
93, 103 is 105.
Live.
And then Cedric gets the 25, plus 3 moves is 28 to Cedric.
Ooh, go Cedric.
99, 09, and 8 is 417. Bam.
Man is on fire.
Kind of. All right. Moving on, Kurt is shown backstage having a private conversation with Alexa Bliss. And Kurt then comes out to the ring after the commercial and starts announcing the contenders in the upcoming Women's Elimination Chamber. Alexa Bliss defending her title against Mickie James, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. He also announces that Asuka will face Nia Jax in a singles match at the Chamber pay-per-view, and if Nia Jax wins, she will be added to the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. Alexa then.
This is an indication of that Asuka's gonna go against Alexa. Is that not?
No, because Angle said that. Asuka didn't.
Okay.
Angle is making the assumption that being a Raw superstar, Asuka will challenge for the Raw Women's title. At no point has Asuka said who she's facing.
Oh, okay. Because I was pointing back to the news of what you guys were talking about.
Yeah. And that was my point, is that Kurt came out as talking about Asuka's going to do this, that, the other thing. But at no point has Asuka said that. I think the result is going to be Kurt's going to get blindsided by Asuka jumping to SmackDown to face Charlotte. Somebody's going to get really pissed off at Kurt and come out and get all up in Kurt's face and potentially sick Triple H on him for a WrestleMania match. And then Ronda Rousey will show up and get up at Stephanie's face.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of Alexa Bliss and the women's champions, Alexa comes out to the ring.
And makes a very valid point.
Kind of.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Jim.
Kind of. Because it makes the point to Kurt that, how is it really fair that, the men's chamber, Brock doesn't have to defend his Universal title in the men's chamber, but I have to defend my title in the women's chamber. The men's is only no one contenders match. What the hell? Doesn't seem particularly fair. This whole women's revolution is supposed to mean that the men and women are on equal ground. And she accuses Kurt of being a sexist.
Well, it's more she outright called him out on what he had just said in his promo, where he was like, in the first ever women's elimination chamber, we want to treat the women's superstars as we would treat the men's superstar. And she goes, yes, you're going to treat me the same as you treat Brock by having me defend my title and him not. What the hell? How is that the same treatment? Which she kind of has a point, calling him out on what he just said.
She does until she did until about a minute, until about 30 seconds later when Kurt shut her down.
When he said that she hasn't defended her title since like about October.
Yeah, but then she completely shut him down immediately after that and said, well, that's not my fault. I'm not the one that makes the matches around here. You are. You didn't put me in a match. You didn't force me to defend my title, so I didn't have to. That's not my problem. Every
time she goes to defend the title, she somehow weasels out of it, which is never mind. So if she's always weaseling out of it, how does she exactly defend her title? She either somehow gets counted out, or she starts walking away because something doesn't go her way.
But that still would have been a defense of the title. She would have said, at that point, she should have said, well, yes, I have, and I've successfully defended it. What are you smoking? As opposed to, well, yeah, I haven't defended the title in that long because you haven't put me in a title match, and that's not my problem because I don't control the matches.
No, but it's also no. But the thing is, she doesn't have to, because that has been well demonstrated by Bobby Roode. If you wanted to defend your title, all you had to do was walk out and say, "Open challenge, someone come fight me for this."
Yeah, if you want to, but nowhere in the contract does it stipulate you have to want to defend the title.
No, but in the contract it does stipulate that you must defend the title once every 30 days, or you'll be stripped of it.
Yeah, but there's also again the technicality of, well, it's up to WWE. It's up to you guys in authoritative power to enforce that. If you choose not to enforce that, you can't punish me for not doing it, because nowhere does it say I have to be the one that steps up to do it. And if you don't enforce it, well, then how can you say I violated it when you refuse to enforce it? You have the power to enforce that by saying, Alexa, you will defend your title tonight. Boom. She's defended it once in however many days, and they've enforced it, and she kind of has to do it. But they've given her the choice of whether she wants to do it or not without any real penalty, without, because they have the option to enforce it. She has no responsibility to actually be the one to go out and say, I'm going to defend my title. The responsibility lies solely in the hands of those in power because of how they do it. So in my opinion, she has a very valid point in that you make the matches. You haven't put me in a title match. That ain't my problem. It's working with a loophole in the thing, and I think it's a valid loophole that you kind of should probably plug up, and they haven't. Because I think it should be worded, regardless if we put you in a match or you choose to put yourself into a title match, the title must be defended after X amount of days. But they can't do that because that would immediately invalidate Brock Lesnar as the Universal Champion. So that's why they don't do that, nor do they really enforce it. Because they already have enough people calling them out on their bullshit with Brock Lesnar being the Universal Champion.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, I'm sorry. I think Alexa kind of wins this hands down just because of how they handle the situation and how they've kind of forced themselves to do it based on other champions. And that comes back to her argument of, so you're saying you're going to treat the women as you would the men, huh? Which means, okay, you can't enforce that rule on me. You can't be like, well, you haven't defended the title in X amount of days, therefore we're going to ship you, because you don't do that to Brock. And she would have a full, huge argument saying, well, you know what? Fine, strip Brock of the title. If you strip him of the title, I'll gladly hand you the title. But until you do that, fuck off. If you're saying you're going to treat us equally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm sorry, I have to side with Alexa on this because I think she's 100% right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of WWE's own fault that she's actually 100% right when she
enough.
technically shouldn't be. Yeah, that was a great promo by Alexa Bliss, and just
You know, I also not seeing it being Alexa's fault that she was forced to fight Charlotte in a non-title match at the Survivor Series. SmackDown owned the pay-per-view in between, and then it was the Rumble.
No, but she could have defended the title on Raw. You know, as she pointed out, Kurt, you're the one that makes the matches. They could have easily said, you know what, main event of Raw, Alexa Bliss versus, I don't know, Sasha Banks for the title. They could have done that, but they chose not to. And being the smart champion that she is, she's not going to go out of her way to say, hey, I should defend the title. No. Especially being a heel, she's going to go out of her way to not defend that title. And if the WWE is not going to force her to defend the title, why should she step up and defend the title? It makes no sense for the bad guy to do that when they can easily get away with it because of WWE's own rules and lack of enforcement of said rules. Right? I mean, you have to admit that is a very valid point. Put me in a match if you really want me to defend it. Otherwise, shut the hell up because it ain't my problem you didn't put me in a match.
Except that's what he's doing is putting her in a match, and now she's trying to weasel her way out of it again.
She is, but with that actual valid argument, as opposed to as opposed to her just coming out and whining anything, I don't want to wrestle. It's, well, Kurt, you yourself said you're here to, the WWE wants to treat the women superstars as they treat the men superstars, when clearly, based on the way the card is shaped up for Elimination Chamber, you're not. I'm sorry, that is a very valid argument. Regardless of the intent behind the argument, that is a very valid argument.
I meant to counter, but technically the women are getting treated better because putting the title on the line makes the women's Elimination Chamber a much bigger match than the men's one.
That is true. That is very true. But Alexa's trying to get out of the match. And I don't think because the intent is she wants to get out of the match makes her argument any less valid.
Fair enough. Anyway, promo to Alexa.
Yeah. That's an awesome promo. If people out there, if you haven't seen it, go watch that promo. It's a great promo.
Yep. Excuse me. We got a pre-tape promo from John Cena about his road to WrestleMania. Promo to John Cena.
John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks.
All right, after that, promos, we cut to Bayley versus Asuka.
Which was a damn good match.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of countering.
There was, and Asuka came out victorious and kept her winning streak going. Yep. Or her undefeated streak, as it were.
We knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Bayley is going to get 5 points for competing in that match, and 5 moves is 10 points to Bayley. So we're at 111. And then Asuka will get 20. 5 for competing is 25, and 5 moves also is 30 points to Asuka.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right. Now, Asuka extends her hand to Bayley after the match, and Bayley hesitates but does shake her hand.
Tremendous amount of respect, Cole.
Hmm.
We then see a pre-tip promo by the Bar, who say they're going to take Rollins and Jordan's heads off for good.
They are the Bar.
They are the Bar. Sheamus.
Sheamus.
All right.
Right.
After this. What?
I'm with you so far.
All right. After this, The Miz comes out with The Miz Raj in tow.
He came to play.
Minus Curtis Axel.
Oh, yeah, Curtis Axel wasn't there. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. So The Miz comes out with Bo Dallas then. And she gets to cut a promo on the crowd talking about his victory over Roman Reigns last week and that it was the highest rated Raw in 3 years, which he takes credit for. And talks up how he's going to qualify for the Elimination Chamber tonight and then go face Lesnar at WrestleMania and become the first ever Intercontinental and Universal simultaneous champion.
It was a great promo.
Yeah. Promo to The Miz.
I like The Miz.
And accompaniment to Bo Dallas.
Well, I don't know if it'd be an accompaniment because it wasn't for a match, was it? He was just kind of there.
Apollo Crews then comes out for the qualifying match.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
And The Miz defeats Apollo Crews via skull-crushing finale.
Mm-hmm.
After the ref backed Crews off of Miz after hitting several moves, Miz cheap shot at his knee, dropped his throat across the top rope, and then skull-crushing finale at his ass.
Fair enough.
So Apollo Crews will get 5 points for showing his face on television, and 2 for moves. It's 7 points to Apollo.
The rest of Titus Worldwide will get accompaniment points.
Hang on a minute. What did I just do here?
I don't know. You're giving Apollo
That's
points.
right.
Yes, yeah, an idea, yeah. So I suppose in this match, your attention was drawn to The Miz.
Well, it's drawn to The Miz in every match because he's usually the best person in the match.
Was that a remark back to his Dana Brooke thing?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, Jim, my attention was drawn to Bo Dallas at ringside.
Fair. Does he make you believe?
He always makes me believe.
That's good. That's good.
Fear the beard.
Okay. This is the match with Apollo Crews. I don't remember seeing Titus and Dana Brooke there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody came out with them.
Did they? Okay. I thought they always come out together, don't they? That's Titus Worldwide.
Yeah, initially, but I don't remember seeing them there.
Yeah, in this case, they did not. It was just Apollo.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. No, the only person at ringside was Bo Dallas.
That's odd.
Mm-hmm. You will believe a scrub can keep a job.
Yeah, but not because Bo Dallas, but because of Heath Slater.
Yeah.
Because he's got kids.
That's true. All right. So The Miz gets 20 points for winning a match tonight. He gets 5 for being in said match. And 4 moves is going to be 29 points to The Miz. Oh, 66, 76, and 9 would be 185. All right. Following this, we cut backstage to Seth Rollins with Kurt and Jason Jordan. There are trainers beside Jordan who reveals that he tweaked his neck and hasn't been medically cleared to wrestle tonight. Rollins is furious that he doesn't have a partner anymore. Jordan apologizes, and he says the match is up next. And Kurt says he's going to have to forfeit, and Rollins doesn't look happy about this. But then Roman Reigns walks in, and Rollins cheers up, and I guess Roman's going to be his partner tonight. It's a promo to Jordan and Seth.
Nope, Titus and Dana are there.
You really want points.
I just wanted to see if they were there or not.
No, you really wanted those points.
Well, because I remembered them being there, and I was like, I swear they were there, but I'll look it up. I could be wrong.
Fine, accompaniment to Dana and Titus then.
Just give me a second here. Where is that button? There it is. Dana.
Yep.
And we go down to Titus.
I never realized Bo Dallas' jacket had a design on it. That's kind of cool.
It does have a design on it.
And we're good.
All right, we go to the ring for the Bar versus the Shield for the tag team titles. And via the interference of Jason Jordan, the Bar end up retaining the titles off of a DQ. As Jason Jordan, in an attempt to defend himself, admittedly from an attack from Sheamus, ends up having to fight off the Bar, and therefore causes a DQ on the Shield. Which is a shame because it was a really good match up until that point.
Yeah, but if the match had gone to a clean conclusion, the Shield would have had to win that match.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of had no choice. They had to end it the way they did if they were going to keep the titles on the Bar.
Mm-hmm.
We are the Bar. You gonna score them, or are you just gonna sit there and go?
Saw that coming.
All right, so let's figure this shit out. Just Jordan gets accompaniment and interference.
I don't think he came out with them, did he? He just interfered later, or did he come out with them?
I don't know.
He came out later.
Okay, interference then.
Also, really weird and kind of a telltale sign that the Shield weren't going to win. They came out separately to their own theme songs. I'm like, okay, that's kind of ominous. I'm like, yeah, they're not winning.
Wait, you say interference?
Yeah.
Interference for Jason. My neck is in pain, Jordan.
Yep.
And his points beforehand were 212, and interference points are 6, so we should have 218.
Which is what he has. Look at the black box. You will know it to be true.
It's a yellow box.
It's got a black outline around it, you dipshit.
Looking at something else on your screen, and it looked like it was 217.
Nope, 218.
Okay. My mistake.
We'll go to the Shield, who lost the match.
Yeah, they did. Actually, technically, yeah.
There is no point. There is no DQ win points.
Unintentional DQ loss.
Yeah, which we don't have, so.
It'll be
match and
scored
moves.
as a 0.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's 5 points to each member of the Shield and their respective moves. So that's the wrong button. Which is going to be 5 points to. Let's see. Let's get rid of this first. All right. So that's going to be 6 points to Reigns. You're in Nova Scotia. I don't know about anybody else. Rollins gets 5 for the match. 6 moves is 11 points to Rollins. It's about 266. And the Bar, who got an unintentional DQ win, so therefore they don't get extra points for that. though they were admittedly trying to leave and get counted out at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they will get 5 points each. And Sheamus will get 9 points total. 215. Excuse me. And then Cesaro will get the 5 plus 6 moves is 11 points to Cesaro. It's 217. All right. You good, Dev?
Yep.
Okay.
Taking a deep breath.
Yep. That's good. It should be noted to the people at home. Normally, we would deduct 4 points for a DQ, but because the gentlemen who were DQ did not actually actively DQ themselves, we will not do that.
Mm-hmm.
We then see a selfie video for Braun Strowman, who says he will be the last one standing at both Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. He tells Cena and Elias to get ready to get these hands tonight.
Really, that's his new catchphrase.
That's
They're
his new
actually going with that.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
229 for Braun.
They should have just ripped off the Never-Ending Story. These strong hands.
Yeah. So more pre-taped promos for the Mixed Match Challenge. Seth Rollins confronts Jason Jordan in the back, yells that he only thinks about himself, calls him a son of a bitch. Angle interrupts and tells Jordan to go cool off and then sends him home until he's medically cleared.
Mm-hmm. Promo to them.
Yep.
Would that be also a promo to Angle since it has to do with Jason Jordan?
It would be a promo to Angle.
Now, my guess is they probably want and intended for Rollins to work a program with Jordan, but given Jordan's medical condition at the moment,
Yeah.
Or just the wait, what are we doing here? We're just so okay.
And then one to Kurt. Where's Kurt? There he is.
Sexy Kurt.
I'll make your ankles hurt. Let's see. We go to the ring and Nia Jax squashes a jobber in 5 seconds.
Yeah. AKA the piss break match.
Yes. Nia then does an interview where she says she's going to mess up Asuka's pretty little face, so she'll have to wear that mask permanently. So Nia gets 5 for a match. 5 for the promo is 10, and 2 moves during the match is 12 points there, plus the actual 24 winning is going to be 32 points to Nia Jax.
There you go, Jim.
Yay.
Your moneymaker.
X96 106. Bam.
She now officially has more points than Kofi Kingston.
Wow.
How many points?
She has 106.
No, 32.
Yeah.
116.
Hmm? No.
Yeah, has to be because she started at 84
Yeah.
and she had 32, correct?
Yeah, so that's 94, 04, 14, 15. Oh, you're right. No, wait. That's not right.
116.
Which is what I had it at.
You had 106.
Oh, all right. Got it.
She now has more points than Matt Hardy.
Yep. All right, we then have a women's match between Mickie James and Sonya Deville of Absolution.
Okay.
And Jeff has his whole match.
He does.
True.
Well, yeah, you have Absolution and you have Mickie, don't you?
Oh, that's right. I do have Absolution, huh?
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep. The other members of said Absolution are at ringside for the match, by the way.
Yep. Paige is officially retired at this point, but she did say they have wrestling stuff for her to do, because not only is she not cleared for in-ring competition, she's not cleared for physical contact, period. That's why they keep her far, far, far away from the action. So yeah, that's how bad that hit was and her injury is. They refuse to clear her for physical contact. I'm like, ooh, that sucks. And that's coming from Paige herself.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I would say expect her to transition away from being the leader of Absolution in short order here once they get together what they want her to do off camera. I'm assuming it's going to be off camera because they can't have her anywhere near the action.
Right.
So should they take her off of the leader as Absolution, and they may, who do you like, and they add somebody else to the group? Who would you like to see as like maybe the leader of Absolution? Would it be one of the other remaining girls, or would it be somebody else?
Honestly, I know exactly who I'd want to come up. I would want them to bring someone up from NXT, and I know exactly who, since they appear to not be going with the original storyline. I'd want Shayna Baszler to be the leader of Absolution.
I can see it.
Because think about it, you'd have two MMA fighters and Mandy Rose. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, it also seems like they might be hinting at Mandy Rose maybe face turn, like sticking with Goldust after the mixed match challenge. So if they do that, I'd love to see Baszler come up and Absolution, for Absolution become, instead of a faction, a tag team of the two MMA fighter women. That would be an amazing tag team just to run roughshod over the Raw women's division. But first, get rid of Paige's theme song. But yeah, no, they're going to have to take her off the air. They don't have a choice. If she's not even been cleared for physical contact, she shouldn't be anywhere near the ring. She really shouldn't.
Yeah, really shouldn't.
So, yeah.
Talking about the tag teams
Mm-hmm.
and the championships and everything, they don't have a women's tag team championship yet, though. You think they're gonna make one? I mean, they've got like the women's champions, and they've got the. Well, I guess that's about it. But do you think they're gonna do anything else in terms of championships with women?
If the potential rumors. If the potential rumors are true, possibly, because there was a rumor going around that they wanted to do a like 205 live show, but for women. So like take the women's division, combine them again, and make it its own show. If they do that, they would have enough members of the roster to actually do a tag team championship. And I think that would be amazing. So it'd be like WWE's version of Shimmer, which I think would be awesome because they have the talent for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically have to effectively pre-made tag teams. You could put Shayna Baszler, like I said, with Sonya Deville, or put her with her BFF over there, Ronda Rousey, have them be a tag team, and then you have the iconic duo in NXT, bring them up. You got two tag teams right there, and you could easily form tag teams in the within the women's division. And if you had to kick off like the first ever women's tag division temporarily, you could bring back the Bella Twins. There's your pre-main tag team right there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's obvious they're both in great shape and ready to wrestle because they were in the Rumble. But I think Nikki probably not going to do full-time stuff and probably can't because neck problems and whatnot. She probably shouldn't, but she's in good enough shape she can take bumps and she can wrestle. She was in good enough shape to take that really gruesome looking attempt at an elimination by Asuka. Good lord.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see a women's tag belt. I think that'd be awesome. What do you think, Jim? Jim just muted.
Nope, that was the wrong side. I agree, as long as we get enough female talent in to justify it.
Wow.
All right. So, the other members of said Absolution were at ringside.
Yep.
And so that would be Mickey James did come out the victor.
Woo.
Out of a roll-up out of nowhere. So, let's see here. So, Sonya Deville. We have 5 points, and 1 for a move is 6 points to Sonya. And then Mickey will get 20 for winning, 5 for competing. No moves, so just 25 points to Mickey James. Yeah, 78, 88, and 5 is 93. Okay. And then the other members of Absolution will get accompaniment.
Right.
Actually, Paige will get accompaniment. Who's the other one?
Mandy Rose.
Thank you. Mandy Rose is actually going to get accompaniment and at a post-match assault because they did assault Mickey after the match. She's actually going to get 9.
Oh, hey.
Put her at 78. And I'll also throw assault over to Sonya Deville for that. Since I didn't think to do that before.
Fair.
All right.
Mickey James.
I already did Mickey.
Okay.
You did
So
the
wait
Victor
a second.
first?
Can we?
No, I
Yeah.
did Sonya, then I did Mickey, then Absolution, then went back and hit
Oh.
Sonya again because I forgot to give her the assault.
Fair enough. Missed the
Can we
Mickey
go back
part.
to for a second on Sonya? Can you go back and see how many points she was before the assault points?
93.
And the assault points are 4, so should be 97, not 98.
You're right. Thank you. Got it. Next, we go to a commercial and come back out to Elias, who goes out to sing a song about taking shots at which takes shots at Strowman and Cena. Braun Strowman isn't a monster. He's just a man. It's a good song.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Indeed. Fun fact, Elias did an interview, actually, when he actually came up with that because they told him, we're going to get rid of your drifter gimmick and you're just Elias now. So he's trying to come up with this whole thing, and so to walk with Elias, he came up with this whole thing about walk with Elias. And he came up with this thing, and he actually walked up to John Cena and he said, "Hey John, you know what WWE?" Because John was saying something about WWE in conversation. He says, "Hey John, you know what WWE stands for? Walk with Elias." And John Cena looked at it for a second and went, "Dude, you just blew my mind like 4 different ways. You got to get that over."
And he did.
And he did.
It's kind of funny though, because they're like, "We're going to get rid of your drifter gimmick." Isn't his gimmick basically the drifter?
Kind of.
With like the whole singing and the guitar and stuff, and showing up in backstage areas. Yeah. I don't know. I never saw him in NXT, but it seems kind of like a drifter to me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Elias sings his song, and then he's interrupted by John Cena's theme music.
Of course he is.
So Elias with a promo to open things up here.
The Golden Shovel. John Cena.
Are you sure it's a match between them two?
Triple threat match.
Yeah.
Why am I seeing the... Then I must have seen the wrong episode then.
What did you see?
Because wasn't this week on Raw they were qualifying matches for Elimination Chamber, or was that last week?
That was last week.
Both weeks.
They did 2 qualifiers this night. The 2 qualifiers tonight were Bray versus Roman, and then Miz versus Apollo were the 2 qualifiers tonight. This match it was a triple threat match between John Cena and Elias and Braun Strowman, all of whom had already qualified, with the winner getting the privilege of being the final man to enter the chamber.
Okay, now I remember. Now it's coming back. Okay, thank you.
It's all coming back to you.
Yep. What's funny about this Elimination Chamber match is that there's like 5 people in the Elimination Chamber match.
Yep, there's still one open slot, which will be decided via Last Chance Fatal 4-Way next week. We will see that. In the meantime, triple threat match between these gentlemen. Cena and Elias have a great strategy of let's take Braun out first and then deal with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that with an assortment of assaults and some steel steps.
And they did pretty good with that too. I mean, they seemed to be working pretty good together so far.
And a guitar shot.
Mm-hmm.
Choke on this, slap nuts.
Yep. Check on this sucker.
And so after that, Cena and Elias get in the ring. And Elias takes control for a little while until Cena manages to launch into the 5 moves of doom, but gets interrupted mid 5-knuckle shuffle by Braun, who proceeds to power slam Cena. Elias manages to slide out of the ring, then manages to run in and boot Braun Strowman over the top rope, and then pin Cena quickly off of Strowman's power slam.
Wow.
You didn't see this match?
No, I stopped watching when the tag team title match, when they were going to come out for the tag team title match. I had to go do something, so I didn't see the end of Raw.
Okay. Yeah, basically Cena in a power slam, and then Elias had managed to slip out to avoid this while he was hitting the move. Then booted Strowman in the face, who went flipping over the top rope, and then he pinned Cena real quick before Strowman could recover.
I assume the crowd exploded because Elias is so over.
Well,
and because he pinned John Cena.
The audience exploded, but not for the reason you think. We'll get to that in a minute. So, this is a specialty main event match.
Yes, it is.
So, therefore, based on this, it's going to be 5 for competing. It's going to be 4 for the main event is 9, and 3 for a special. It's going to be 12 points at base. So, we're going to give 12 points to John Cena. 4 plus 4 for moves is 16, plus 3 for the use of the steel stairs as a weapon is 19 points to John Cena. Right, Dev?
Yep.
Okay. We don't want him at 48, 57. 157. Next up, we have Braun Strowman, who will also get the base 12 points here. Plus 6 moves is 18 points to Braun Strowman. So therefore, that's going to put him at 39, 247 for Braun. Finally, we have Elias, who is going to get himself let's say 20 points for winning this match. He is going to get himself 10 points for winning a specialty match, is 30. He's going to get 5 points for winning the main event, is 35. Then he's going to get the base 12. is 47. And then he's going to get 3 for use of a weapon, being the guitar. Is 38. Yes?
50.
50? Okay. I don't know where the hell I'm at anymore.
Keep going. I'm keeping track.
50, and then 5 moves is 55 to Elias. And 7 is 182 for Elias.
Okay, then.
Following them immediately after the bell rings, Braun Strowman is back in the ring, and Elias eats a power slam.
Okay.
Braun then picks up John Cena and hits him with another power slam. Then the crowd chants for more, so he then hits Elias with another power slam. Then he poses on the turnbuckle, but the crowd still chants, so then he hits John Cena with another power slam. And then he hits Elias with another power slam.
God damn.
I counted all those power slams in his move points, so it's already accounted for.
Did you also account for post-match assault?
I did not. I will give Braun 4 points for that.
Braun. Scroll. There you go.
So 4 additional points to Braun for that, which will put him at 251.
Okay.
And thus endeth Monday Night Raw. Let's see where we're at here. All right. So in the lead, let's see. Ooh, very, very close here. Only a 40-point spread here.
Wow.
In the lead at 38.71 is still the Balor Club Worldwide.
That is shocking to me.
Followed at 38.29 by the Blissful Ride of Justice, and trailing back at 27.71, over 1,000 points behind is me.
That's because WWE cannibalized your roster. Unfortunately.
It's because my roster cannibalized itself by getting injured.
And fired.
And fired. No, wait, that's 2.5, not 2.6. There we go. This is 6.
I thought for sure Tiff was going to go ahead of me by quite a bit just on the main event alone, because that main event was entirely her.
It's true, it was. But you were far enough ahead that that did not affect you that much.
Apparently, like I said, that was kind of surprising, but okay.
Well, figure, Apollo competed tonight. Bray competed tonight. Cedric won a match tonight. Finn Balor won a match tonight.
Mustafa Ali was in that tag match with
Mustafa
Cedric.
Ali was on the winning team of the tag match, yep.
I also have the Revival.
Sonya Deville was in a match tonight.
Mickey James, which I won, and
Mickey
the
James was in
Absolution.
a winning match, yeah. So you had quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I had a bunch of little stuff that added up. That's fair.
You did. All right. So let's move on to the Smacketh Down. See what's going on over there.
I did not watch SmackDown, so this will be all new to me.
All right. SmackDown emanating from the Sprint Center in Kansas City, Missouri this week.
Missouri.
We are welcomed by the commentary team. We open up with Shane O'Mac, who goes out to the ring. He discusses tonight's Owens versus Zayn main event, and says that he doesn't think either of them deserve an opportunity, but Daniel Bryan thinks they do. He introduces Daniel Bryan, who goes out to the ring next, and says that Bryan tells Bryan he doesn't think he's listening to his frustrations because he keeps giving Owens and Zayn opportunities over and over. The crowd chants Rusev Day, and Shane acknowledges them, saying that maybe the fans would rather see somebody else get a shot at the WWE title instead of Owens and Zayn. Bryan counter-argues that Owens and Zayn were victims of a bad referee call, and they are now going to fight each other for another opportunity. Bryan says he thinks he deserves a pay raise for his work, and Shane says he thinks Bryan has given Owens and Zayn enough opportunities already, and that Bryan has changed WWE forever, and that this is emotional for him to discuss, but he accuses Bryan of trying to live vicariously through Owens and Zayn. and says they have been manipulating Bryan, and he knows Bryan wants to compete in the ring against more than anything in the world. Bryan then asks Shane to clarify what he means, and Shane reiterates he thinks Bryan is living vicariously through them. AJ Styles then goes out to interrupt, gets in the ring and gets his name chanted, and AJ says that he's the best in the business and was put on the world to be phenomenal, and he was built for the wrestling business and can deal with its downsides, but can't deal with SmackDown management obsessing over Owens and Zayn. He accuses both Daniel and Shane of obsessing over Owens and Zayn, and tells Daniel and Shane to stay out of his way before heading to the back. So a promo to all three of those gentlemen.
Fair.
So AJ Styles going up to 300 even.
Ooh.
Daniel Bryan is down here. And Shane O'Mac is up here. 57. All right. So we go to the back where the New Day are eating pancakes and answering Twitter questions. That's all it says. I don't know what the questions were or what the answers were.
Fair enough.
So I'm just going to give a promo to the New Day.
One was something about I don't know, something about a moves of Corey's moves or something. That was one of the questions.
Oh, that's right. There was a little controversy around this because they asked, if I recall correctly, someone asked them about Corey Graves and Booker T, and they kind of did a half shoot on that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like controversy surrounding what they said and the fact that they even commented on that. But because they did that, it lends more credence to the fact that, yeah, that's probably a work.
I'm more interested in the footage of whatever the hell Xavier Woods put on Instagram.
Why? What did he put on Instagram?
I don't know. It was some footage of what appeared to be a WWE game show. There were 3 podiums with monetary numbers on them. There was a host podium. It was brightly colored. It said something on the podium to the effect of WWE, you know, or what do you know, or some shit like that. But it was only about a 20 or 30-second clip, and the entire clip was the 3 members of the New Day and Renee Young attempting to pop a large quantity of balloons that were on the floor. So I don't know. But that happened.
That's fair.
Next up, we throw to a commercial. We come back to AJ Styles walking in the backstage area before he's confronted by Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. Which is, well, he says, I'm going to take he's going to take his WWE title at WrestleMania, more specifically. So
Fair.
That's a promo to Shinsuke. Not going to give AJ anything else because he was just in the damn ring. Next up, we have our opening matchup, which is the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte taking on Liv Morgan of the Riot Squad. With the remainder of the Riot Squad at ringside. Charlotte wins this match. So Liv Morgan will get 5 points for showing up. That's about it.
No.
Hmm?
Liv Morgan. Who is in the ring with Charlotte?
Liv Morgan.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I was thinking about the other two. Never mind. Sorry. I got mixed up in the people that were talking about.
I know Morgan and Logan sound similar. You think they could come up with some more original names, but...
Yeah, it does look like it's called Who Knows, and it's got a WWE Network logo. Weird. Okay. And they're stomping on balloons. When you let us hang out with @Renee Young WWE without adult supervision, this is what happens.
Pretty much.
That's
Anyway, as I was saying, Liv Morgan's going to go to 108.
Sorry.
And then Charlotte is going to get herself 20 for winning, 5 for being in the match is 25, and 6 moves is 31 points to Charlotte. Puts her at 106. accompaniment points to the other members of the Riot Squad.
Ruby Riot.
They got expulsion points because they got expelled from the ring.
That's right. They got kicked out of ringside. All right, so they're gonna get. I'm gonna undo this. All right. So in that case, they're gonna get 10 for getting.
Getting expelled from the ring.
That's not the word I used. Ejected from the match.
Same thing.
I know, but that's a term I have on the score sheet. So if we're getting 10 points for an ejection and then 5 for the initial accompaniment, it's 15 points to Ruby Riot, which puts her at 130. And then who's the other lady in that group? I always get confused. Oh, Sarah Logan. Here she is. So Sarah Logan will also get 15 points. Next up, there's a Black History Month video package, followed by Kevin Owens doing an interview where he answers questions about whether Sami Zayn will be able to handle losing to him tonight. Promo to KO. 160. We then go to the ring where the Bludgeon Brothers come out and squash some unnamed jobbers. So
And it was done in like 5 seconds.
It was. By my calculation here, let's see. I don't think there was ever a tag at any point, so I think Harper was just a legal man throughout the match.
No, they tagged a couple of times.
Okay, well then who ended the match?
I think they ended the match as usual with Rowan doing the pin because I think they did a double cross something slam.
Yeah, they did hit the double crucifix power bomb.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so it's Rowan then. Fair enough. So we'll do Harper first. Harper gets 15 points for the winning team. 5 competing is 20, and 3 moves is 23 points to Luke Harper. Puts him at 90 even. And then Eric Rowan will get 20, and 5 for the match is 20. For competing is 25, and 3 moves is 28 points to Eric Rowan. 95 and 8 is 103. All right. After the match, the Usos come out and confront the Bludgeon Brothers, but end up walking around them and getting into the ring as the Bludgeon Brothers leave. The Usos then grab mics and talk about the Uso Penitentiary being a state of mind, and talk about how they have all the teams on SmackDown on lock. And the 2017 was a turnaround year for the Usos, and the other teams on SmackDown should be feeling paranoid. Also, this is one of the more prominent segments where you notice WWE is now employing the "we're going to put graphics on the screen to emphasize promos" school of production.
Yes. Oh, I did see this promo, and oh god, it's so cringy. Just no. Either whoever's writing the Usos promos needs to stop, or if they're the ones doing it, yeah, they need to stop writing their own promos because it was so cringy.
Well, I found that Jimmy did a little bit better than Jay did.
I can agree with that.
And I can tell them apart because one's wearing a hat and the other one's not.
Yep.
Usually I can't.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, promo to the Usos.
On lock.
Yep.
Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Admittedly, that is a great catchphrase.
Yep. All right. So after that, we cut backstage to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan proceeds to announce the first weekly SmackDown Top 10 list,
Fair enough.
which is the list of wrestlers as voted on by their peers with no interference from Daniel or Shane and without being able to vote for themselves. The list went as follows. Appropriately at number 10 is Ty Dillinger.
Huh.
Number 9 was the Viper, Randy Orton. Number 8 was Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Number 7 was the Usos.
Wait, you can put two. The team is one?
The SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Number 6 was the New Day. Number 5 was Bobby Roode, the U.S. Champion.
Okay.
Number 4 was Naomi.
Hmm.
Number 3 was the Royal Rumble winner Shinsuke Nakamura.
Hmm.
Number 2 is the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. And in the number 1 slot was the WWE Champion AJ Styles.
Sure, I agree with that list.
All right. Let's see here. We cut backstage. The New Day are still eating pancakes and answering Twitter questions. So I'm going to throw 3 to each member of the New Day for that appearance because they're technically not another full promo. I'm not going to go through all that.
Fair.
Unless you think I should.
No, I think you're fine.
I have that, so I leave it to your guys' decision. I have them.
3 is fine.
Okay.
Because they're not doing like a full promo. Okay, so we got... Oh, where am I at here?
Nova Scotia.
Oh, you be quiet. I don't know, slap you. But, just 1 second here.
Be careful. I'm going to hire James Ellsworth to wrestle you.
I think I can beat James Ellsworth.
Related note, by the way, much like other superstars who have gone to the indie circuit, James Ellsworth this week put out a list of superstars he would like to wrestle matches against, but the twist on Ellsworth's list was that it was all women,
Okay, then.
including a variety of other women on the indie circuit, with Becky Lynch's name crossed off, and the very bottom name in all capital letters being Carmella.
Okay.
One of these is actually set up to happen because there's an indie event coming up. I believe it was this weekend where Ellsworth was slated to have a one-on-one match against former WWE diva Emma.
She's fired?
Oh, Emma got laid off ages ago because they had nothing for her.
Oh.
Company downsizing.
Okay.
You see how she's not on the roster page? See how she's nowhere on this? Nowhere on there? Yeah, She's gone.
Back before we start scoring again, I noticed that back around Raw we had I had, what was it? We were off by a point somewhere. I had 38-30 and you had 38-29.
Okay.
I found it.
Okay.
And it was that Sunil was supposed to be at 56 instead of 55.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. We then see a pre-tape promo from Aiden English and Rusev talking about preparing for battle. And Aiden says that Bobby Roode should prepare to lose his U.S. title because Rusev is about to deliver his masterpiece. Promo to Aiden and Rusev.
Excuse me.
Rusev D. All right. Following this, the two gentlemen in question come out to the ring, where Rusev is introduced for this match, where he faces Bobby Roode for the United States Championship. And the two gentlemen have an excellent match. Aiden English does get involved on a couple of occasions, but it's not enough to dissuade Roode, who manages to escape 2 accolades and then retain his title off of a glorious DDT.
And then
So Aiden's going to get accompaniment and interference. So that's 11 points to Aiden English. 97 for him. Rusev gets 5 points for being in this match. And he gets 3 for moves as 8 points to Rusev. It's about 112. Bobby Roode gets 20 points for winning a matchup. He gets 20 points for a retention of his United States title is 40. He gets 5 for competing is 45. And then he gets himself 9 move points, which will put him at 54 points.
okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is it?
Yep. What it do?
It's about 297. All right. Following the match. It's okay. You caught up, Tiff?
Yep.
Good. Following the match, Bobby Roode proceeds to pose in the ring, pointing out how glorious things are as Aiden comes in and tries to help Rusev, and then everybody in the ring eats RKOs out of nowhere.
Okay then.
Bobby Roode eats an RKO, then Aiden English eats an RKO, and then Rusev eats an RKO.
It's RKO day?
It's RKO day. So that's going to be an assault for Randy Orton and 3 RKOs. It's going to be 7 points to Randy Orton out of nowhere.
Okay then.
Puts him at 116. All right. We then see a pre-taped promo from American Beta, where they call the Fashion Police clowns and buffoons and say that they want to bring prestige back to the tag division, and they want to run both Breezango and the Ascension out of it. Promo to Benjamin and Gable.
And I think I did see parts of SmackDown because I remember seeing this part too. The Fashion Files.
4. There was no Fashion Files.
Well, that was effectively the Fashion Files bit because they were like, "Oh, the Fashion Files are back," and then it cut to that, and then Gable and Benji came in and be like, "You guys are a joke." So yeah, it was supposed to be Fashion Files.
No, that was last week.
Oh, was it?
So they didn't come up.
This was just Benjamin and Gable on a cell phone.
Oh, I thought they interrupted him. Fair enough. Then. Okay, then I guess I didn't see it.
No, last week was when they interrupted them.
Fair enough.
Yes, Tiff?
Jeez.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, like I was saying, I was thinking the same thing that Jeff was.
Yeah. Anyway, so Benjamin and Gable go out to the ring and have a tag team match against the Ascension. One of whom is now Sod's face paint.
Oh, so that's actually a permanent thing where he's just not wearing the face paint anymore?
Yeah, he didn't have it on the match.
Fair enough.
I thought he did around the mouth area.
I didn't see any. I could be wrong. Anyway, so Gable and Benjamin are victorious in this match, despite the Ascension admittedly putting up a good fight. Match ends with the top rope modified Doomsday Machine double team maneuver that they like to do. So the Ascension are going to get... Ascension's going to get 5 points each for showing up. Whoa.
What'd you do?
It scrolled to the right for some reason. That was weird. Anyway, 5 points to Victor. Is it 34? And 5 points. 5 points to Connor. Nope, not a 1.
Really?
What?
That is actually on his shirt. Wow. Okay, Gable.
You have this whole match there, Jeff.
It's true.
No, I was just looking at a picture of Gable with his shirt, and it's got a thing across his shirt that says #free the tag titles.
It does.
Like, really, Gable?
Well, Uso penitentiary.
True.
Anyway, so as far as I can understand here, Shelton Benjamin was the legal man at the time of the double team.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, Shelton tags in and they hit the double team powerbomb for the 3 count.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around. Right.
No. Victor threw Shelton outside. Gable then hit him for a German suplex. Then Shelton tagged in, and then they double teamed.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and do Gable first. 15 on the winning team. 5 for competing is 20, and 2 moves is 22 points to Chad Gable. $182. And then we're going to excuse me. Shelton Benjamin, who will get 20 points for winning and 5 for competing, is 25, plus 2 moves is 27 points to Shelton. And 7 is 151. All right. We then come back to the New Day answering more Twitter questions. They talk about how they don't really care who wins between Zayn and Owens. And since they're asked, they also emphasize that between the 3 of them, they truly believe that were they ranked on the top 10 individually, that Kofi would be the highest ranked member of the New Day. So I guess we'll give 3 more points to each member of the New Day.
Are you sure about that? Because then again, they should. Did we give them points when they first came out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why on the subsequent appearances, I'm only giving 3. Even though shorting myself points is not enough points that it would make any kind of a difference. So
I wasn't aware that, like, I guess I don't, like, short-term memory right now, I guess.
it's all right. It's late. It happens. All right. Next up, Sami Zayn does an interview at the Gorilla position saying that tonight is the night he steps out from behind Kevin Owens' shadow and says that he's fought Owens more than anybody and knows what he's capable of, and that Kevin will stop at nothing, but neither will he. Promo to Sami Zayn. All right. All right. And then we have our main event match of Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens for the #1 contendership to the WWE Championship.
Please tell me this match had an actual ending.
Not really.
Nope, no contest.
Fuck.
Yep.
Fuck you, WWE.
So the two have a good back and forth match. But the whole thing kind of breaks down while AJ Styles is on commentary for this match, by the way. Commentary points to AJ. Let's do that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This has been 305 live.
Then Zayn gets in his face.
Then Zayn starts talking trash to AJ Styles and then shoves him, so AJ shoves him back. Then AJ starts throwing punches at both Sammy and Kevin, and the whole thing degrades into a no contest.
God damn it, AJ.
Hey, Sammy started getting in his face.
That doesn't mean AJ had to respond.
Well, he did.
That's why I said,
think
God
that
damn
was
it.
their intention the whole time. And then they're going to go back and complain to Daniel Bryan and say, hey, we need another match, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Precisely.
Yep.
And the ref calls for that. Then AJ hits a suicide dive out of the ring onto both gentlemen.
Tope suicida.
Pretty much.
So that's another assault points out of match. Right?
Yep, AJ should get an assault points.
And
And one move for a suicide dive, because I'm pretty sure he does that.
So there should be 5 then, so that gives him 310.
Correct.
How am I doing so far?
You're doing as far as I could tell.
Uh-huh.
Now let's see here. I want to verify this. Yeah, no contest. Okay. So it is rated a no contest. Therefore, Kevin and Sammy, per the no contest rules, are going to get 5 points each, plus the 5 points. So they're going to get 10 points each, plus moves. So 10 points to Kevin, plus 4 is 14 points to KO. So 130. Sami Zayn will get the aforementioned 10 points, and 6 moves is 16 points to Sammy.
Okay.
Is 29 and 235. And top 10 for Sami Zayn.
What's the matter, Jeff?
Nothing. That's awesome.
So
Sami Zayn!
Okay.
I was just saying, okay, points, cool.
You seem perplexed and confused.
No.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's main event, so they're going to get points.
So as all this craziness is going on, Daniel Bryan comes out to the stage
Right.
and announces that, all right, if this is how this
Did he
is gonna
get main event points?
Who?
Did we give them main event points or did we not give them main event?
Oh, yeah, I guess they should just get 4 points for being in it. Neither of them won it, so they'll just get 4 points for being in it each. Thank you for reminding me.
Fair. Make it happen.
He wasn't going to say anything, but I thought I'd ask.
So Daniel Bryan comes out to the ring and announces that, all right, if this is how this is going to play out, then fine. Kevin and Sammy are both in the WWE Championship match at the Fastlane in a triple threat match.
Uh-oh.
None of the 3 competitors seem to know what to make of this. Team Cammy argue with each other on the ramp while AJ stares down from the ring. And then lays the WWE title down in front of him as SmackDown goes off the air.
I thought Shane was going to come out. Why don't I remember the end of that? And I watched this episode a few times.
I don't know.
Shane actually did a off the air bit.
He did. We'll get to that in a minute. Go ahead and mention it. I'm going to give 5 points to Daniel Bryan for that end promo.
Basically, Shane was all pissed off at Daniel Bryan for favoring Cammy. And it's like, all right, fine, Daniel, you want to do that? Fuck you. I'm the commissioner. I'm going to do this. And he makes a match. Dolph Ziggler, the man who cannot win, versus Baron Corbin, the other man who cannot win. Winner gets added to the match and makes it a fatal 4-way.
Actually, that match was already announced as happening next week because I got I think the match was already happening, and he just added the
stipulation.
The will be added to fatal 4-way match stipulation.
Fair enough.
I know technically Dolph Ziggler can win. It was called the U.S. title.
Yeah, and then when he had his big chance at the Rumble, he completely fucking choked.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be in the Rumble. Blame Jason Jordan for that.
Do you honestly believe he would have won the U.S. title back?
Probably not, but would have been a better showing.
Potentially.
Potentium.
Hmm.
All right, let's check the scores.
Let's.
There's scores around here somewhere. I minimize that. Whoopsie. Sorry about that, folks. Let's get that screen share back up. There we go. Alrighty, so let's go over to the points. To-do. Here, data. Bam. All right. So, still in the lead by just about 100 points is the Battle Club Worldwide at 4,035.
Okay, I missed something. Okay, keep going.
I'm in second at, well, I should say no, Tiff's in second at 39.31. I'm going left to right. I'm in third back at 28.98. Still 1,000 points behind everybody.
Wow.
What?
I screwed something up over here.
Okay, what did you screw up over there?
Valor Club 4,047 and you is a 2884. So I did something wrong somewhere.
Okay, then.
Sounds like you gave me his points for some reason.
Something.
Do you want to run through it now or deal with it later?
Do it later.
Okay.
Over to the cruiserweights.
Yeah, little 205 action going on. As we continue our road to WrestleMania and the Cruiserweight Championship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we opened things up with a recap of last week and the introduction of Drake Maverick and the first two matches in the tournament. We then start things off with an Instagram promo from Kalisto saying that the hashtag Lucha House Party will continue.
Okay, then.
But he plans to reclaim his Cruiserweight title after he beats Lince Dorado. Let the best man win. He then proceeds to beat Lince Dorado.
Boo.
Thank you, Kalisto.
Boo. Come on, Lindsay.
He hits a Salida del Sol. Dorado manages to grab a rope at the count of 2.5. Then there's a second Salida del Sol after a springboard reverse Rana. And after the match, Lindsay does raise Kalisto's hand in respect. So let's see here. That's a promo. Let me go back over here. That's a promo to Kalisto to start things off. All right. And match-wise, Lince Dorado will get 5 points for showing up, and he'll get 3 points for countering that first Salida del Sol, as was mentioned there. See, Dorado also hit a Super Rana off the top, so we'll throw a move to him for that also.
That's a good 9.
So it's going to be 9 points to Dorado in total. We should be at 63. Meanwhile, Kalisto is going to get himself some points here. Kalisto is going to get himself 20 points for winning a match and 5 for being in at his 25, and 1 for the Salida del Sol.
26 points.
Yep.
He's up to 109.
Yeah, hang on. 93, that's 03, 109.
All right.
Yeah, actually, hang on. Let's see this here real quick. Right, we got that, and then the shooting star. Was that a standing? Yeah, okay. Actually, Lindsay has 2 more moves.
Ooh.
So he should put him at 65.
Yay.
There's much more detail with the maneuvers in these matches. That's not usually the case here.
Maybe because they're actually starting to care about 205 Live now.
Maybe. We then see a video package on Roderick Strong introducing him to us after his match debut last week. We then have a cell phone promo from Cedric Alexander saying that no one will stand in his way. And Mustafa Ali.
Hmm.
That seems oddly worded, but whatever. Promo to Cedric. Five is 422.
There.
Next up, TJP does a sit-down promo. Read some criticism of his win over Tyler Bate from Twitter, saying that it's tough to give everything you have to something like he has with wrestling. In the Cruiserweight Classic, he gave it all because fans believed in him. Now that we don't, he's doing it for himself this time. Promo to TJP.
Okay, then.
Next up, we announced that one of the matches for next week will be Akira Tozawa versus Mark Andrews.
Okay, no idea who Mark Andrews is, but fair.
He's a UK dude, I think.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I think he's also competed on NXT. So there's a package for him, and then Tozawa gets to do a selfie promo, talk about the match. And when a random guy that he approaches backstage picks Mandrews to win the match, Akira then channels his inner Mr. McMahon and tells the guy that after he wins, he's fired, and then struts off.
Okay, then.
Promo to Akira Tozawa.
Okay, then.
All right. We then see Drew Gulak and Tony Nese head into a meeting with Drake Maverick.
Okay,
GM
then.
asks Gulak what happened to him. He used to be the most rugged grappler on 205 Live, and now he's a goof. Nese laughs, and then Drake shuts him down, saying he used to be an athletic marvel, but now all he wants to do is count his abs. He mentions that next week the two of them are going to face each other in a first-round match, and Maverick wants to see who steps up to the plate and gets serious.
Okay, then.
Promo to Nese and Gulak. It's going to be 123 and Tony Nese. Let's go up to 89. All right. We then go to our main event match of Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong's match is tonight. I thought they just announced it last week. Okay, I got confused. Roderick Strong versus Hideo Itami.
Okay.
Itami does an inset promo on the way to the ring, putting over Strong, saying he doesn't belong on his show. He's winning and going all the way to WrestleMania. Promo to Hideo.
Okay.
Where is Hideo Itami? There we go. 50. We then have the aforementioned main event in which Hideo Itami loses.
Wow.
To Roderick Strong off of the basically Hideo it strikes at a missile dropkick in the corner, but while he was running the ropes, Roderick jumped up and hit him with a jumping knee, and then the finishing backbreaker for the big win.
That's surprising.
I know.
Fair.
Following the end of Heartache. Yep, all right. Hideo after a knee to the back of the head. I gotta check this real quick. Sorry, folks.
Do what you need to do.
I'm doing that. And no, all right. No, there's a DDT at the clothesline. No, all right.
You're looking at the moves.
Yeah, just checking real quick. Strong counters. Falcon. Let's see. Hideo hit a Falcon Arrow. He does do that. All right. So let me just make a note that that's 1 for Hideo. Strong witches the ropes to break the modified Rings of Saturn submission that Hideo's been using. Or was he? No, I don't have an indication that he uses that. I guess it was just a submission. No, Strong survives a Super Falcon Arrow kicking out, so that's another Falcon Arrow at Hideo. There's a missile drop. Hideo follows with a missile drop kick. A corner drop kick. I don't see a missile drop kick anywhere. And then Roddy's not on the roster, so we'll deal with that later. Therefore, Hideo Itami is going to get 5 points for competing in this match. 4 for being in the main event is 9, and 2 moves is 11 points to Hideo Itami.
Right.
61.
Wait a second, what was that again?
11 points for Hideo Itami.
Wait.
And let's see what we got here. Because we are adding people to the bottom for the sake of determining when they are or not on the roster, I suppose. Because we added Tyler Bate down there, so Roderick Strong. Let's see, Roderick Strong is going to get 20 points for winning the match. He's going to get up to 29 for being in and winning the main event, and 5 for competing is 34. And then he's got a drop kick is 35. 3 for countering a GTS attempt is 38. He has an ankle slam and then an apron backbreaker. There's a lot of backbreakers, so we'll count that. That's 36. And then...
Wait a second. You just counted 1 move, correct?
I counted 2.
So, on top of the moves that you already counted would be 40, because you stopped at 38.
So we're at 38 then?
Yeah, so you're 38, and then you just counted 2 more moves, so we're at 40.
No way, because I didn't count any moves before that.
Okay, let's start over again.
20 for winning the match. Goes up to 29 for being in and winning the main event. Plus 5 is 34. So it's 34 plus moves. So let's see. So 34 plus the drop kick is 35. And yeah, 38 for counting the GTS. So 39 for the backbreaker. And he hit an ankle slam. I don't know what that's called besides an ankle slam.
Oh, it's WWE, so call it an ankle slam.
Oh, Olympic slam. Okay. So that's 40. That. So we have Cloud 9 is 41. And the jumping knee is 42. And the end of Heartache to win the match is 43 points. Would go to Roderick Strong. There we go. A good first showing, if I say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over here to the rosters, and we'll see where we're at. All right, and in the lead at the end of this week, at 40-61 is still the Valor Club Worldwide.
Yay!
In second at 39-52 is the Blissful Right of Justice, and still in last is me at 29.34. All right. There we have it, folks.
Indeed.
Indeed, indeed. Got it all there, Tiff?
Yeah, so far, but I just gotta go back and fix it all.
Right, okay. Another time. No, let's set it up. All right, let's go to our leaderboards for the week. Right at the top, still way up at the top. Healthy lead at Cedric Alexander at 422. Followed by the WWE Champion AJ Styles at 310. The US Champion Bobby Roode at 297. Roman Reigns at 278. Seth freaking Rollins at 271. Asuka clocking in at 267. Finn Balor at 253. The Monster Longman Braun Strowman at 251. Sami Zayn at 239. And running at the top 10 is Shinsuke Nakamura at 225. Just barely edging out Jason Jordan by 2 points.
Yeah, well, Jason Jordan won't be earning any more points because he's kind of hurt.
Yeah.
It's me that it's my roster he's on.
Yeah.
So I still managed to maintain half of the top 10. That's impressive.
You did. It is impressive. All right. So there you have the show, folks.
Awesome.
So thank you two for joining me as always.
I managed to stay live during it.
You did. You're here the whole time. That's why we're gonna try to do this earlier time frame now, that we can accommodate our people. We'll do what we got to do.
Absolutely.
All right. And until next time, I'm James Phoenix. We'll see you next week for more wrestling shenanigans.
And see you all later.